Hello and welcome to our radio drama presentation of William Shakespeare's The Jedi Doth Return, Star Wars Part the Sixth by Ian Dozier. This show was originally written as a stage play, so narration is in the form of stage directions. In addition, as with many of Shakespeare's works, characters will sometimes have asides. An aside is internal dialogue, something that the audience can hear but the other characters on stage cannot. All asides will be indicated via narration. Please note that this is a live performance, and the cast has had no rehearsals together, so there may be occasional stumbles in the dialogue. We're expecting to have a lot of fun, and hope you will too. And now, please enjoy The Jedi Doth Return. Prologue. Outer Space. Enter Chorus. Join us, friends and mortals, on the scene. Another chapter of our cosmic tale. Luke Skywalker returns to Tatooine to save his friend Han Solo from his jail, within the grasp of Jabba the Hutt. But while Luke doth time the rescue scheme, the vile galactic empire now have cut new plans for a space station with a beam, more awful than the first feared Death Star's blast. This weapon ultimate shall, when complete, mean doom for those within the rebel caste, who fight to earn the taste of freedom sweet. In time so long ago begins our play, in hope-filled galaxy far, far away. Act 1, Scene 1. Inside the second Death Star. Enter Darth Vader and Moff Jerjerrod.
Cease and persuade, my groveling Jerjerrod. Long-winded moths have ever sniveling wits. 'Tis plain to me thy progress falls behind, and lacks the needed motivation. Thus, I have arrived to set thy schedule right.
Aye, we are honored by your presence, Lord. To have you here is an unexpected joy.
Thou mayst dispense with every pleasantry. Thy fawning words no interest hold for me. So cease thy prating over my arrival, and tell me how thou shalt correct thy faults.
I tell thee truly, Lord, my men do work as quickly as each one is capable. No more is possible for them to do.
Mayhap I shall find new, creative ways to motivate them.
Lord, I'll warrant that the station shall be operational within the date and time that have been set. Upon thy honor, I make such claim.
The Emperor, however, doth not share thine optimistic attitude thereon.
But Lord, he doth expect the impossible. I need more bodies to fulfill this task. If I had but 100 able souls to work alongside those already here, 'twould be far simpler to complete the work and make this Death Star ready when 'tis due.
Thou will have the opportunity to ask the Emperor for these further workers, for he shall arrive upon the Death Star soon.
Jerjerrod, aside.
Oh, news that fills my heart with utter dread.
To Vader.
The Emperor himself shall come here?
Aye, displeased is he with thy thorough lack of progress on this station incomplete.
Our efforts shall be doubled instantly.
I hope so, Commander, for thy sake. The Emperor is known for being less forgiving than myself. Pray, is that clear?
It is, Lord Vader, perfectly. Thy words I hear and shall obey. With gratitude, I praise thee for thine honesty herein.
Exit Moff Jerjerrod.
The scene is set for this, the final act. I shall destroy the rebels once and for all, and turn young Luke, my son, unto the dark. It is the role I play, my destiny, the grand performance for which I am made. Come, author of the dark side of the Force, make me the servant of thy quill, and write the tale wherein my son and I are sealed as one. Come, take mine every doubt from me, and fashion my heart of flesh and wires, a perfect actor, callous, cold, and harsh. Let this, the second Death Star, be the stage, and all the galaxy be setting to the greatest moment of my narrative, the scene in which the Empire's fight is won, whilst I decide the fate of mine own son.
Exit Darth Vader. Scene 2. The desert planet Tatooine at Jabba's palace. Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
Again, R2, we are on Tatooine. I would not e'er have ventured to return unto this place most desolate and wild, except that Master Luke has sent us here upon an errand. Yet I know not what our message is, but only that I should to Jabba of the Hutt deliver it. Oh, place most barren, I have missed thee not. Indeed, I am afraid, R2, and so shouldst thou be too, for Lando of Calrissian and brave Chewbacca ne'er returned from here. Be not so certain, R2, for if thou didst know but half of all that I have heard about this Jabba of the Hutt, his cruelty, how he tortures innocents, and all the beasts he keeps to do his will, belike thou wouldst short circuit. Oh.
They approach the door of Jabba's palace.
And now we have arrived. But art thou sure this is the place, R2? May happy tears best if I do knock? Alas, there's none to see us in, so let us go.
Enter guard droid on the other side of the door. Droid aside.
Now here is a knocking indeed. If a droid were porter or the force here in this place, he should have rust for lack of turning key. I pray remember the poor porter droid.
To C-3PO and R2-D2.
Negechu gada guda, enjabe.
My goodness, what foul greeting's this?
To droid.
R2-D2? What? Sorry.
Haku dana me bichu.
Bo C-3PO wa, eh?
Wedge
Odd tuta mishka Jabba u de Hutt.
Kuju me pigaza, ho ho.
Methinks they shall not let us in. What shame! Still, well may have it be said that we have tried, for never would I give up easily when sent forth on a task by Master Luke. Yet we have tried and were refused here. Thus, who could blame us for departing hence? Let us depart now, aye, together fly.
The door opens.
Oh, pity it doth open and release mine utmost fears. Now we must venture in.
R2-D2 aside.
Oh, my friend C-3PO was never for his courage known. So I shall lead, as heir. I have been wont to lead into this place, although I too feel fear.
To C-3PO.
Oh, R2, wait for me! Oh dear, we should not rush like fools unto this scene. Oh my!
Enter Gamorrean guards and Bib Fortuna.
De chuda, no di wanawanga.
Oh, Diwana Waugow, we bring unto thy dread master Jabba of the Hutt a message.
Oh, Jabba wanga.
A gift as well. Wait, R2, pray, what dost thou mean, a gift? Good Master Luke hath spoken not of gift.
Ne jab no bada is I oto zakota amutimi.
He doth report that we are not to give the message to a soul save Jabba of the Hutt himself. Pray patience, he quite stubborn is when fared with matters such as these.
No ja.
Bib Fortuna motions for the droids to follow.
R2, I feel a shaking in my core o'er this dread situation we are in.
Enter Jabba of the Hutt, Boba Fett, the Max Rebo Band, Salacious Crumb, Lando of Calrissian in disguise, and other members of Jabba's court.
Oh, ni Jabba munaska, ahoba.
Cada no pase.
Good morning.
Nebo shuda mana.
Ooh, shiu.
I pray thee, R2, play the message now. The sooner we'll be on our merry way.
Moo shuda.
Enter Luke Skywalker in beam.
Greetings, O exalted Jabba of the Hutt. Allow me to make introduction unto thee. My name is Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight and friend to Captain Solo, who e'en now in thy custody. I know that thou art powerful, O Jabba, and that thy great anger toward Han Solo equally powerful must be. I seek an audience with thy esteemed and mighty personage to bargain for my friend Han Solo's life. With thy vast wisdom we shall doubtless find a goodly compromise that shall indeed be mutually beneficial and allow both you and I to escape a more unpleasant confrontation. As a sign and symbol of my honest will, I do present unto thee as a gift these droids. They are hardworking and shall serve thee well.
Oh, alas, what hath he said? Nay, nay, R2, I say your message errs. Our master would never betray us so.
Oh, foolish droids, who master fools them so?
Bib to Jabba.
Namaska Bagweni Isno Jedi.
Wanga. Kufur.
We're doomed. He will not bargain with good Master Luke.
Du bija anga gogoba. Dung nom na. Du chanketu. Ne solo fa kichwa.
Oh, R2, look, 'tis Captain Solo, still a-frozen in the carbonite. Beep-hoo!
A little more than dud and less than dread.
Na punshka na. De fugul panube.
Enter EV-99, a droid, as Gamorrean guards lead C-3PO and R2-D2 to him.
Oh, what hath come upon my Master Luke? Did I offend him by some errant word? Was he disturbed by something I have said? Or is this but a human's changing whim? Belike I'll never fully comprehend these people and their wayward shifting ways. One moment with my service he is pleased, the next he sendeth me away in scorn to serve the gangster Jabba of the Hutt. Grant me thy mercy, sir, I beg of thee, whatever my offence, O master true, I prithee do forgive C-3PO.
R2-D2 aside.
What scenes of horror lie herein? I see the droids are tortured here, fixed fast upon the rack, and torn to bits or burned on the feet as though they were a piece of meat upon a spit. O terror to mine eyes! And yet I know my master hath a plan. Indeed, within my head I hold the light that shall illume our profound escape.
New acquisitions. Excellent. That art a droid of protocol. Say, is this so?
I am C-3PO of human...
I or nay shall serve.
Oh, I.
Of languages, how many dost thou speak?
6 million forms of speech I may claim knowledge of.
'Tis well. We have not had a court interpreter since our great master angered was by our most recent droid of protocol and had him thoroughly disintegrated.
Oh, disintegrated. Fate most vile and cruel.
I prithee, guard, this droid of protocol may useful be. Take him and fit him with a strong restraining bolt, and then return him unto our great master's chamber.
Oh, R2, do not leave me all alone.
Gamorrean Guard 2 leads C-3PO back to Jabba of the Hutt.
Thou art a feisty little droid, but soon shalt learn respect when thou dost serve upon my master's sail barge. Thou shalt see.
Exeunt EV-99 and R2-D2. C-3PO aside.
Within the court of Jabba now I serve, but oh, what wretched things I see within! For when he loseth temper, which befalls most frequently, thou mayst be certain it doth mean the death of someone who is nigh. For lo, onto the Rancor's pit they fall, where such a massive terror lives that I cannot bear watch, though all the courtiers here do laugh and cheer as though it were a sport. The Rancor comes forth with growls and barks, and catches up the poor and helpless soul who, screaming in its terror, doth fall mute, as Rancor sinks large teeth into its flesh. The slaughter of the blameless! Oh, it is a vile and filthy service I fulfill. Grant me the patience to endure this time.
The Max Rebo Band plays a song of tribute to Jabba the Hutt.
"'Tis well to be a gangster, a blaster ever by thy side, a stately barge in which to ride, a fair young damsel to thee tied. 'Tis well to be a gangster I, a gangster O. 'Tis well to be a gangster, full many servants lend thee aid. More guards than a Naboo brigade and bounty hunters on parade. 'Tis well to be a gangster I, a gangster O. 'Tis well to be a gangster, the drinks all flowing fast and free. A sarlacc pit not far from thee, a rancor for thine enemy. 'Tis well to be a gangster I, a gangster O. 'Tis well to be a gangster.
A blast is heard. Enter Chewbacca and Bush, a bounty hunter.
Eat day, Yoda.
Chewbacca!
Jiza ura waki Chewbacca o.
Boba Fett aside.
The Wookiee hath been captured, e'en he who with my grand prize solo once did fly. 'Tis fortunate he hath to Jabba also been delivered. I only wish that I had been his captor, and reap the reward this bounty hunter surely shall receive. Even so, this Wookiee doth complete the set of smugglers for Jabba's merriment. Belike he too shall frozen in carbonite be, or mayhap be a supper for a Rancor.
Jiza da droid.
Aye, here am I, indeed, thy worshipfulness.
Yubakoroto. Kama walpak. Aiza. Gachokawa. Nawuki.
Bounty hunter strong and brave, the mighty Jabba of the Hutt doth bid thee welcome, and shall gladly pay to thee the goodly sum of 25,000.
Crumb aside.
No bounty hunter would be fool enough to take the first price offered, I'll be sworn.
Yoda.
'Tis 50,000 and no less.
Jabba strikes C-3PO.
Yukuta fite pur.
Oh, whatever was it that I said, Sirrah? I did perform the function thou hast given. Precisely I did translate this one's words.
Munur kejo.
Boba Fett aside.
This camp had best beware. If he would be a bounty hunter in the service of great Jabba, it seemeth he hath little appreciation for the famed anger of the Hutt.
C-3PO to Bush.
The mighty Jabba asks the reason wherefore 50,000 is the sum demanded of thee.
Aye, Yoda.
The knave doth threaten us. He holders in his hands a thermal detonator. Oh!
Jabba's courtiers shrink in fear. Boba Fett takes out his blaster.
Ho 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 ho. Gaza ya ye kola toda. Konego. Yo batak tuna lepana.
The Hutt doth call him fearless and inventive, but never did invention make fear. And this one's thermal detonator doth.
Jabba to C-3PO.
Kumita tate fo. Tate te mana.
C-3PO to Bush.
Mighty Jabba offers 35, and were I in thy place, I would accept the deal. 'Tis better, as they say, to make the peace than make us all in pieces be. And truly, 35 while living is a sum more numerous than 0 dead.
Yato. Ja.
Oh, praise the Maker, he agrees.
Chewbacca is led away by Gamorrean guards as music begins to play again. Lando, still in disguise, aside.
This sad scene I witness with contempt. Another bounty hunter earns his sum for bringing in a harmless innocent. Now all is merriment and patting on the back, whilst yet another's added to their clan. A scoundrel's life, 'tis true I've known, yet never did I stoop so low as this. But still, I smile at what I here survey, for I know well this bounty hunter is no normal man indeed, and his apparent prize, my Wookiee friend Chewbacca, is not as a prisoner come. Bear thou this burden bravely, Lando, for the wait is almost over. Soon the plan o'er which we took great pains shall come to pass. Be still, my scoundrel heart, with patience wait, for retribution comes in time, though late.
Exeunt. Scene 3. The desert planet Tatooine at Jabba's palace. Night. Enter Bush.
The silence of the night doth mark my work, and like a gentle breeze sweeps o'er the air. In stealth, I move throughout the palace dark, that no one shall bear witness to my acts. Now, cross the court with footsteps nimbly placed. Ne'er did a matter of such weight depend upon a gentle footfall in the night. Put out the light, and then resume his light. Now I spy my goal, the frozen Han. Thy work is finished feet. Now 'tis the hands that shall be more profound task undertake. Quick to the panel, press the needed code. Oh, swiftly fly, good hands, and free this man from his most cold and undeserved cell. O true decryptionist, thy codes are quick. The scheme hath worked, the carbonite doth melt. Forsooth, 'tis done within the silent dark. The greatest light doth sing within my heart.
Han Solo melts from the carbonite and falls to the floor. Boosh to Han Solo.
Relax thou for a moment. Thou art free of carbonite's embrace, but thou dost burn from this harsh hibernation, milady.
I cannot see.
Thine sight shall return.
But where am I?
In Jabba's palace, you have been detained.
Who art thou, voice severe?
Boosh removes his mask to reveal Princess Leia.
The one whose heart and soul do love thee true.
Oh, Leia.
They kiss.
Come, let us away from here.
Enter Jabba of the Hutt, Bib Fortuna, Boba Fett, the Max Rebo Band, Salacious Crumb, Lando of Calrissian in disguise, and other members of Jabba's court.
Oh, that laugh, it works me woe. 'Tis too familiar in my memory, and like a chime from hell's forsaken bells doth ring most evilly within mine ears.
Fila, bugu boss.
Pray, Jabba, see, I was upon my way to pay thee back, and in returning happened on a course that ran the other way. 'Tis not my fault.
Chewbacca bunula solo ba aksabeba bachemar bakma jaja wita noa banta pudu o.
He should be bound for further, as is 'tis true. A solo may make progress through the guts of Banthas. Aye, my master's passing wise.
I'll pay thee triple, Jabba. Thou canst not deny this fortune. Be thou not a fool.
Han Solo is taken away by guards.
Ako, Guns Leona.
Guards take Princess Leia to Jabba.
Now shall I be his plaything?
Leia to Jabba.
We have friends most powerful. Thou shalt with all thy heart regret this act.
Nabutae.
Why were my eyes e'er made to see, when such as this must be within my sight? I cannot bear to watch.
Exeunt Jabba's court. Enter Han Solo and Chewbacca on balcony as their cell.
What fate is this? What cursed, unearned path? Within a minute rescued by my love, then taken from her onto this grim place? How long was I in carbonate encased? Am I an old man now with graying hair? What jubilant occasions have I missed? What friends have died or have been lost forever? Hath our rebellion disappointed been, or has it now fulfilled with all success? Because I do not know how long I've slept, or what transpired while I was frozen thus, it seems my mind is sluggish to defrost. Yet another sound familiar, but this one doth bring me delight into my soul. Chewbacca? Prithee, tell me, Chewie, is it thou who art here with me? Sweet joy! What bounty of affection do I feel for thee, dear Wookiee! I cannot yet see, but knowing thou art here doth warm my heart. I prithee, give me news of all there is. What say'st thou? Luke? A Jedi Knight? What strange tomfoolery! Luke is but young, not made for rescues. Thou dost report I have been gone a time but fleeting, so have all acquired delusions of some grandeur? And what of Han? Have I been left behind? O thought most base, O destiny unkind!
Exeunt. Scene 4. The desert planet Tatooine at Jabba's palace. Enter Luke Skywalker.
The time is now. the place is here. The man, myself. The matter, rescue of my friends. Be focused, mind. Be settled, heart and soul. I enter unto Jabba's palace for one purpose, and that purpose is by thyself, my friends, to find and bring deliverance. Now to it, Luke, and earn the Jedi name, not by thy might, but by thy calm and wit.
Enter Bib Fortuna.
Yo mattu chip do you pan Skywalker. No Jabba no bato.
Nay, sir, I shall tell thee, I shall speak with Jabba now.
No Jabba no tu zank te hankobi.
Luke uses a Jedi mind trick on Bib Fortuna.
Thou shalt take me to Jabba presently.
Naja taka to Jabba pui queenly.
Thou servest thy proud master well, and shall in time receive from him a great reward.
Ai so talia coca. Bachunoya trota.
Enter Jabba of the Hutt, Princess Leia, C-3PO, Boba Fett, the Max Rebo Band, Salacious Crumb, Lando of Calrissian in disguise, and other members of Jabba's court. Luke, aside.
Say, what is this? My Leia sparsely clad, all in a metal-fashioned suit? How strange. I did expect one of our company to be enclosed in steel, but not like this.
At last, 'tis Master Luke to rescue us.
Bib to Jabba.
No, master. Jabba no pace Skywalker.
No, Mastu Wungla Utanke.
Thou must, great Jabba, grant me leave to speak with thee.
No, Jedi must be inco e pana.
Old Bib, what echoes what the man doth say?
Kunjava Lasko. Istura na. Jedi men geek.
Jabba strikes Bib Fortuna, who falls.
Ha!
Let me be plain. Thou shalt with all expedients produce both Captain Solo and the Wookiee, and shall grant our safe departure from this place. 'Tis this and nothing more I shall accept.
Ya kuch katka puna nisa eh.
My Jedi powers may not work on thee, but still I shall take Captain Solo and his friends. Thou canst yet choose to profit from this plan, or be destroyed. It is thy choice. Be thou art warned. To underestimate my power would bring about thy end at once.
But, Master Luke, thou standest on...
Washiko ka o Jedi. Chokanya we shasha chico.
Luke uses the Force to take a blaster from a guard.
Balosko.
Jabba presses a button that drops Luke and Gamorrean Guard 2 into the Rancor pit. Enter Rancor into the pit with Luke and Gamorrean Guard. Lando, aside.
Alas, now Luke is thrown into the pit. His skill must see him through. My part shall be to give protection to the princess now.
For pity, now the monster hideous hath come forth from hiding place to sup.
They shriek at my mystique, my teeth will die beneath. A feast made for a beast, a treat that I may eat.
What terrifying creature thing is this? Ne'er have I seen such... never have I such a ghastly being seen. But still these thoughts, for succor have they none. Be calm now, Luke, or else, sans doubt, you die.
That poor guard shall be the first to fall, for he doth panic it is now cornered. The Rancor slowly makes his way toward him, and sees his dinner spread before his eyes.
Oh, wretched beast! He tears the guard apart with sound of breaking bones and crumpled flesh. One need not know 6 million language forms to understand the screams and sudden hush.
It shall be time to hire another guard.
The fat one now is flat. He growls within me bowels, and yet I'll not forget to source my second course.
He turns in my direction, counting on his next delicious morsel to be ta'en even from my body. Aye, he cometh quick. This stick shall my protection be. We'll see if he hath appetite for wooded grain.
Lando, aside.
Luke now is in its grasp, but cunningly hath bought a little time, and put a log inside the creature's mouth. Fight on, good Luke!
Well done, dear friend. Anon, make haste and flee.
But one doth quickly run. I'll catch him down the hatch him. The stick's a nasty trick. His head shall be my bread.
Now swiftly through the monster's legs I fly, for yonder past the creature lies a door. On reaching it I shall make my escape.
Luke attempts to open the door.
Alas, but what is this? More bars behind the door?
Oh, master, find another course!
'Tis just the beast and I. But look, how he doth come toward me through the very gate whence he first came. If I could close the gate on him, he shall be slain. Aye, here's a rock, and there's a panel on for the door's control. 'Tis now or never. I call upon the force to guide this rock unto the very spot.
His plan has been revealed. Oh, clever Luke! The rock he throweth straight and hits the mark. The gate doth fall. The Rancor is destroyed. Oh, brave escape. Oh, clever, daring Luke.
Nu duda kusha solo nu wuki. Daktoe nota bangas novaska.
My master's play seem cunningly disposed. If Jabba shall not play, he'll make them pay.
Enter the Rancor Keeper, as Luke is taken back to Jabba's court.
Oh, that is too sullied flesh would melt into oblivion if I without my pet beloved must live. Oh, darkest world! Misery beyond compare to me. Already my best life does play a part within the tenderest memories of my brain. How well I do remember when the beast was but a Rancor pup. It was the runt, was almost eaten by its mother cruel. Indeed, it had but little chance for life, yet was purchased as a novelty by Jawas who e'er seek abnormal things. I bought it from this band of Jawas who related to me all it had been through, and charged me a paltry sum for such a worthy animal. Then I did raise it from its lowly start unto the grand and towering hulk that now before me lies. How fondly I recall the playful nips it gave me, to which eventually turned to bites that drew no small amount of blood. I trained it to be vicious, to enjoy the taste of flesh and powdery crunch of bone. Yet ever did it know its master true, and never would it turn its anger fierce upon the one who loved it first and best. Was ever a Rancor in this humour raised? Was ever a Rancor in this humour won? To think on it brings pain past all resolve. Oh, fate, that ever I should see this day! Now there's but little light left in this world, for its bright sun unjustly is snuffed out. I shall away and drown myself in tears. Belike to live the sad remainder of my mortal days upon this planet grave, unfriended, unprotected, and alone.
Exit Rancor Keeper. Enter Han Solo and Chewbacca, escorted by guards.
Oh, Han,
'Tis Luke.
how dost there fare, good friend? Thou art less cold than when I last saw thee.
The ice hath gone, but the chill still remains. But I am well enough considering all, and now we are together once again.
'Twould not be missed, such fun we have in store.
How is our cause?
The same as ever, friend.
That bad indeed. And where's Leia?
Here, I am quite safe and as of yet unharmed, but bound onto this worm-like lump of hate.
Ugu, Untuna.
Oh dear, the great and high exaltedness, this Jabba of the Hutt, decrees that ye shall presently be terminated.
Just as well. I loathe a lengthy wait.
Han, aside.
The eyes may yet be blind, but 'tis relief to know the wit as well.
Thou shalt, therefore, be ta'en to the Dune Sea and cast in the pit of old Carcoon, the nesting place of the all-powerful Sarlacc.
As yet this fate doth not so dismal sound.
Crumb, aside.
I like the better when he was on ice. The frozen one hath quite a shrewish mouth. Belike the details of the Sarlacc shall give rest to his most flippant, prating tongue.
Within the Sarlacc's belly ye shall know a new definition of suffering, as ye are gradually digested o'er 1,000,000 years. Thus saith the Hutt.
As I reflect, mayhap we should decline. I find I have no stomach for this feast, since it is we who shall the supper be.
Thou wilt soon regret this great mistake, for 'tis the last misstep thou shalt e'er make.
Exeunt. Scene 5. The desert planet Tatooine, at the Sarlacc's pit in the Dune Sea. Enter R2-D2, no longer played by their understudy, and Jabba's barge.
The end of this bleak scene is almost near. For shall I play the part of helpmate to my master true, securing freedom for us all? No more shall Jabba terrorize the planet Tatooine, for he shall be destroyed before the double sun doth set.
Enter C-3PO, bumping into R2-D2.
Ah, pardon me, I do apologize. My R2! Ah, what dost thou here? Well, I can see that thou art serving drinks, but dangerous this place is. Soon they plan to execute good Master Luke, and if we take not care, no doubt we shall be executed too. I wish I had thy confidence.
Enter Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Chewbacca with Lando of Calrissian still in disguise, and several guards on balcony as Jabba's skiff. Luke, aside.
Here is the hour that ends in our escape. Here is the moment Jabba sees defeat. Here is the instant I have planned for. Here is the battle grand, the skiff's the thing, wherein I'll catch Han's rescue and take wing.
Methinks mine eyes have quite improved for now. Instead of just a blur of dark, I see a blur of light. 'Tis almost pleasant. Ha!
Alas, 'tis nothing to see here. I did once live on Tatooine, as thou dost know.
And thou shalt die here too. Convenient 'tis.
Stay close to Lando and Chewbacca. All things shall end well, for I have planned it so.
So sayest thou.
Aside.
His confidence is such as I've never not seen him in him before. I know not whether to guffaw or be impressed.
Guards extend the skiff's plank and force Luke onto it.
The plank hath been set forth, and I shall walk on, not unto death, but our deliverance.
Enter Jabba of the Hutt, Princess Leia in bikini, bound to Jabba, Bib Fortuna, Boba Fett, the Max Rebo Band, Salacious Crumb, and other members of Jabba's court, below on a barge.
Unita.
Hear ye, victims of the great almighty Sarlacc, Jabba of the Hutt, his excellency, hopeth ye shall die with honor. Should ye wish for mercy now, to beg, great Jabba of the Hutt shall hear your pleas.
Nay, 3PO, say thou to that vast slimy piece of filth bestrewn with worms, he shall have no such pleasure out of us. Now that I am no more a marked man, I shall most fully proffer my belief that Jabba is a horrid murderer, far worse than any I have ever known. Who here shall prove me wrong or argue, eh? 'Tis right, good Chewie, I speak true.
Pray, Jabba, hear. I shall not ask again. Thou mayest free us, or be destroyed anon. So give us liberty, or give thyself death.
Subatama.
Aye, put him in. No more of this fool's speech my ears would hear.
Luke, aside.
The scene is set. Pray, Lando, play thy part, and R2, thou hast ever been most true. Not fail me now in this most vital time.
R2-D2, aside.
This is the moment. This is the time.
Kus Numa!
Let the suffering begin. I shall enjoy the show of pain and death.
Alas, Luke jumps, but wait! He flips aright onto the skiff, and R2 hath released into the air Luke's lightsaber. He hasn't, 'tis his. Oh, clever droid, with aim so true, and clever Luke devising such a plan.
The battle's here. My eyes see well enough to know that now 'tis time for combat.
Now, Lando, to thy recompense for all that thou hast done, betrayer shall become the bravest fighter ere the rebellion's seen. My courage here shall render payment for the villainy I've tendered in the past.
They battle, and many of Jabba's court are thrown into the Sarlacc's pit.
Oh!
What role shall I play in this? I shall not stand aside and let them fight for me. I am no fragile damsel to be saved, but have, since I was young, fought for myself. Thus, to my work, to slay the biggest foe. Thou, Jabba, art for me, and me alone.
I shall fly unto the fray, for no mere band of rebels shall outwit the great Jabba of the Hutt. They shall not easily defeat the one who doth fill my coffers. Not, indeed, as long as Boba Fett hath power to live and breathe to it.
Lando fights with a guard and falls off the skiff toward the pit.
Alas, my friends, I fall!
Boba Fett flies off to the skiff. Han Solo and Chewbacca fall.
Nay, thou vile Fett, thou shalt not have the best of us. Aha!
Luke strikes Boba Fett's blaster.
Thy blaster's in twain by my lightsaber.
A hit! A very palpable hit! He hath torn my blaster in twain with his lightsaber, but I shall have him yet and protect my great reward. Go, ropes, and bind this rascal Jedi. Belike Jabba shall further payment render when he doth see the noble deeds done for his sake.
Boba Fett binds Luke Skywalker with ropes, but then is knocked down. Luke escapes and jumps to another skiff, fighting the guards there.
Han! Chewie! Can you hear me?
Lando!
Boba Fett stands up and takes aim at Luke.
I have thee in my sights now, Jedi. Thou shalt feel the power of my rockets and be no more.
Boba Fett? What Boba Fett and where?
Han Solo moves and activates Boba Fett's jets, sending him flying into the pit.
Alas! The greatest Fett shall not die like this! O horrid fate, where is now my great reward?
Boba Fett falls into the pit.
Nu'ula Kuba!
Those shall be thy words most final. Now, the chains that bind me to this wretched lump of flesh shall also be my hope. Whilst Jabba worries o'er the battle, I shall throw the chains around his neck. Then pull. I pull a princess's vengeance. Die, thou brute! Thou unsuspecting Hutt, I curse thy life, for all the innocent horror did die, for all the noble souls thou didst torment, for all the gentle lives that are no more, for all the galaxy's injustice, die.
Princess Leia strangles Jabba of the Hutt. He dies.
Good Lando, thou didst turn thy back on me, but thou shalt have a chance to earn thy due, since Luke and Chewie tell me of thy shame. Chewbacca, lift me down, that I may save him from 1,000 years of pain.
Brave Han attempts to rescue Lando, but the gun on the barge doth block his progress. Fie, no rest from trouble have we here. These foes will not let us escape without a fight. They do intend to block us all the way. Then to the barge, to aid the rescue. Fly!
Luke jumps onto Jabba's barge.
Pray, grasp the grasp the staff!
I almost have it! Alack! The Sarlacc's tentacle wraps round my leg! I fear this is the end! Oh, give me strength to face my death well!
Be thou still, and Chewie, hand the blaster unto me.
Blaster in the hands of one who's blind? Methinks I made you better in the pit! Good Han, think on the defects of thine eyes!
My sight is much improved. My aim is true.
Han Solo shoots the tentacle and lifts Lando onto the skiff.
Good Lando is safe once again, and Han and Chewie steady are upon the skiff. Thus I shall find the droids and Leia, then destroy this barge and Jabba's courtiers all.
R2-D2 aside.
Now to the princess to release her bonds.
All thanks, R2. Now, let us flee from here. Find thou C-3PO, and will away.
My master's dead, but no fool I'll fight these droids until my fate's secure.
Salacious Crumb pokes at 3CPO's eyes.
Mine eyes, alas! Oh, R2, help!
R2-D2 aside.
Tear not my friend apart, you tallow face.
R2-D2 shocks Salacious Crumb, who jumps away.
Ah! The droid hath zapped me quite, oh naughty imp!
Oh, counterpart from heaven sent, my thanks! But now, R2, say where dost thou lead me? Why do we swift approach the vessel's edge? This is most curious and passing strange, for I could not jump to the sand, and 'tis from here a mighty drop indeed.
R2-D2 pushes C-3PO off the edge of the barge into the sand and falls in after him.
I prithee, Leia, take the gun and point it yonder at the deck. The barge shall fall.
Luke aside.
Alas, my hand, but 'tis a hand of steel, causes me some pain, but not as 'twould were it my own real flesh. Strange notion this. I have not time to think on it, but shall another time consider this my hand.
The gun is pointed at the deck. 'Tis time.
Then let it fly, and we'll escape forsooth. 'Tis well a rope is here to swing us o'er another chasm. What serendipity!
Luke and Princess Leia swing from the barge onto the skiff. Leia aside.
Once I have swung with him across the schism. Now swing we once more to the waiting skiff. We have a way of swinging through our fears.
We all are now on board the skiff. Away! This brave event shall be remembered, Luke, and since I've been thawed, my warmest and most sincere appreciation do I give thee for my rescue well devised.
My friend, 'tis none but what thou wouldst for me. Now let us fly. The droids, do not forget.
We fly indeed by foes no more beset.
The barge explodes, and all on board die. Exeunt Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, Lando, R2-D2, and C-3PO on skiff. Act 2, Scene 1. Inside the second Death Star. Enter Chorus. The army of the Empire gathers near within the Death Star's uncompleted shell. They all prepare to welcome one they fear. The Emperor hath come thereon to dwell. Exit Chorus. Enter Emperor Palpatine and attending royal guards.
My servant Vader have I come to meet, to hear him tell what progress hath been made upon this newest Death Star. Confident I am that he shall make a good report, for he is ever trustworthy when asked to solve a problem for his Emperor. Forsooth, the man is all obedience when he is called to serve. It has been so for years now, ever since he turned toward the dark side and became a Sith as I. But there is more than your obedience. He looketh on me as a father, aye, for truly did I train him so to do. He doth respect and hang on every word I utter, even when 'tis to rebuke or punish him for some apparent fault. The make is like a pet most pitiful, e'er braying for his master's notice and displaying great affection even when kicked. In truth, His groveling doth make me sick. His devotion to me I do not reciprocate, for he to me is but a tool, most useful and most sharp, 'tis true, but merely an agent of my will, no more. Yet he of vital purpose serveth in my reign and plans, while little doth he know that he could be more powerful than I. A tool the man may be, but I cannot dispense with his keen services as yet. But since I do consider him a threat, I keep his leash as short as possible, and I accept his childlike zeal for me, at least till I at least until I an apt replacement find. Mayhap this young Skywalker, who is heir on Vader's otherwise clear mind, may prove to be his aging father's substitute. Was it a judgment error to inform Darth Vader of the presence of his son? Methinks 'twas not, for his devotion to his emperor and his submersion in the dark side shall be more persuasive than what feelings he may have for his son unknown. And furthermore, to know Skywalker is his son shall heighten his resolve to turn the boy unto the dark and make him mine. Thus would he see his emperor and son together joined, which would bring him dark joy. 'Tis surely how the future shall unfold. All shall be well, for I have planned it so. And now he comes, my humble servant Darth.
Enter Darth Vader and Moff Jerjerrod with stormtroopers.
I bid thee welcome, and with hummed mien, I bow to thee in utmost reverence, my master, teacher, savior, rescuer.
Arise, my friend, and put thy soul at ease. I trust the time spent here shall bear good fruit.
Indeed, my master, all the workers have a newfound motivation for the task. The Death Star shall completed be within the time and schedule thou hast ordered.
Thou hast done well, Lord Vader. I am pleased. And now I sense another thought in thee. Thou wouldst anon resume thy search for the young rebel Skywalker. Have I judged right?
My master, yes.
Be patient, my good friend. Thou shalt not seek a bee. I'll warrant that, in time, the lad himself shall seek thee out. I see with my mind's eye it shall be so. And when he doth come to thee, thou shalt then deliver him in deference to me. The boy hath grown quite strong. Together we will bring him to the dark side of the Force.
Thy wish is mine.
Thus have we set the scene. All doth proceed just as I have foreseen.
Exeunt. Scene 2. The Dagobah system. Enter Luke Skywalker and R2-D2, speaking with Han Solo and Princess Leia in comlink.
Good friends, with you I shall meet once again, where our strong fleet doth plan to rendezvous.
I do. The alliance should be gathered now.
And Luke, my deepest thanks are due to thee, for I did doubt that thou art a Jedi wert, but thine example brave hath shown to me a power I ne'er would have believed was real. Except I was its beneficiary, thou didst not overlook thy friend in need, but came back for his true rescue unafraid. Now truly, friend, 'tis I who owe thee one.
Exeunt Han Solo and Princess Leia.
'Tis right, R2, we go to Dagobah. A promise must I keep to my old friend.
Luke, aside.
This glove I place upon my injured hand, the hand that in the fight with Jabba was a sore recipient of Blaster's touch. O hand replete with wires and gears that move with glove of black, I cover the machine that lies within the skin-like covering, which once a medic droid hath grafted on. How strange this hand which feeleth like my flesh, it is such stuff as droids are made of, cold and dead yet living. This is a device that serves me well, but represents a dark and dismal fate. Aye, this hand, with this hand I have become yet one step closer to the man whose path I fear it wish to understand. Darth Vader, who my father claims to be. Indeed, I do believe his claim is true, but shall ask Yoda to confirm his words. If he my father is, what shall it mean for rebellion and for my own soul? Shall my relations govern all my days, or may I yet escape mine origins? Shall the father's sins be visited upon the child, or shall I triumph yet? Be with me, all ye Jedi past and gone. I fly unto the place where I first learned from Yoda, who is small, yet greater e'en than all my powers or Master Obi-Wan. With joy I fly from here to see his face. With hope I fly to him to learn the truth. With fear I fly to him to know my path. With expectation great I fly to him.
Enter Yoda.
Look now, he comes. Alas, how aged he seems.
The face thou dost make. Look I so old to young eyes? My body so frail?
Nay, nay, good master, perish such a thought.
I do, I do. Sick and weak I have become, elderly and tired. And yet, I ask thee, when 900 years thou hast, shalt thou look better? Soon shall I have rest, forever sleep, as all do. Earned it I have.
But what is this? Thou art an aging soul, yet wherefore speakest thou of death's embrace? Good Master Yoda, cease. Thou mayest not die.
Verily, 'tis true. With the Force, powerful am I, yet not that powerful. Twilight is on me, and thence comes night. 'Tis the way for all in the Force.
Yet I have need of thy good help, for here I stand, returned, prepared for my training to complete. What should I do without thine aid?
No further training dost thou require, for thou hast all thou e'er shalt need.
Forsooth, 'tis true. I am a Jedi now.
Be thou not so sure, for still Vader remaineth. Thou must confront him. Then, and only then, a true Jedi shalt thou be. And face him thou shalt.
Dear Master Yoda, one thing in me burns. The question that is flame inside my bones, whose answer may yet kindle hate or love, I know not which, yet still it must be asked. Darth Vader, tell me true, is he my father?
'Tis time for my rest. Time for my sleep eternal. 'Tis no time for truth.
Thou wouldst protect me from this knowledge which may difficult and painful be. In this thou showest care for me, and hast my thanks, but Yoda, full of heart, I must needs know.
Yoda, aside.
Alack, he knows all. Now may I only speak truth. Only truth lives on.
To Luke.
Thy father, he is. Told you, did he? Unforeseen. This is distressing.
Distressing that at length I learn the truth?
Nay, nay, distressing that thou hast rushed to face him. Not ready wert thou, thy training not done, the field of thy heart unplowed, the burden too much.
Forgive me, for I knew not what I did.
Remember, my Luke, a Jedi's strength from the Force doth come, but beware. Anger, fear, hatred, from the dark side they all come. Its minions they are. Once thou hast entered in the dark path infernal, abandon all hope. The powers of the Emperor thou shouldst never underestimate, else they, as thy father's fate, shall in turn become thine own. Let not this transpire. When I have gone, slept, the last of the Jedi shalt thou be thou alone. Attend, Luke. The Force is strong with thy family. Pass on what thou learnst. These final words now, with my last breath, I utter. Oh, hear well, brave Luke. This is our hope. There is another Skywalker. The rest, silence is.
Yoda dies.
Good night, sweet Jedi, noble, wise, and true. So gentle was he, and too quickly gone. O fate, what hast thou brought into my life? How shall I live when all I love have died? Yet all things die, and all things pass away, and all is like the sweeping of the stars as one doth pass through light speed's rapid blaze. We know 'tis true, no mortal does not know, that all are born to feed insatiate death. But oh, what grief we meet along the way! The knowledge that something beautiful is lost, the deep regret for all unspoken words, profound remorse for healing never given, to wish to hold the dead one's hand again, to picture a love smile and know it gone. These are the pains that human life doth bring, the heartache and the thousand natural shocks that flesh is heir to. Death shall not be tamed, it shall not lose its victory or sting, yet it shall never have the best of us. It is, if in our living we have truly lived. To live, to love with bliss, to fight for righteousness, to heed adventure's call, to cry with joy, to laugh amidst life's greatest heights and depths. This is the living that doth conquer death. So e'en though it shall come, we shall not fear it. These lessons let my master's death teach me, that my life shall esteem his memory.
R2D2, aside.
Oh, gift of fate, that he my master is.
To Luke.
I cannot face the future by myself. What shall I do, R2? I am alone, the only Jedi left to bear the name. It may be this responsibility is far too great for such a one as I. How can I bear the burden by myself?
Enter Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Nay, not alone, for Yoda always shall remain with thee.
My soul, 'tis Obi-Wan.
Luke, aside.
Now e'en though he of ghostly matters made, he shall anon give answer for his words.
To Obi-Wan.
Good Ben, it warms my heart to see thee here, yet I must ask thee to explain thyself. Pray, wherefore hast thou not revealed the thing that thou did know? Thou saidst my father had by Vader been betrayed and murdered. Ne'er hast thou said that he my father is.
Obi-Wan, aside.
I never did imagine that, in death, I would be called upon to justify the words I spoke in life. 'Twas well I spoke not of the midichlorians to Luke, for then he would have endless questions still.
To Luke.
Thine inquiry shall have an answer, Luke, for verily thou dost deserve to know. Thy father was seduced by the dark side of the Force. 'Twas then that he no more was Anakin Skywalker, only Darth. When that had happened, thy good father was destroyed. And thus, forsooth, the words I spoke were truthful from a certain point of view.
A certain point of view? What doth that mean? It may be said that I, within my ship, do see my X-Wing as an instrument of truth and justice, aye, a noble thing, where from a certain point of view I know mine enemies do see it as a threat. It may be said that when I was attacked by Rancor vicious and intemperate, prepared to make of me his morning meal, there is a certain point of view that doth suggest he was but a simple hungry beast. It may even be that our rebellion is, for us, an undertaking pure and good, possessing every virtue possible, while from the Empire's certain point of view, it is a mere annoyance to be crushed. But this I do not understand. How can a certain point of view say that a man was murdered by another man when both are one and they together are my father?
Luke, thou shalt find that many of your truths depend entirely on your point of view. It may well be that thou dost like it not, but does not follow that it is not so. 'Tis true that Anakin a good friend was. When I first knew him, he already was a pilot skilled and swift, and it amazed me with what strength the Force worked in his life. I took it upon myself to train him as a Jedi, and then I did believe that I could train him just as Yoda could, but there my fault did lie, therein I failed.
I do believe it may be rectified. What if he could be turned once again? There is good within him. I can feel it.
He is machine and more than man, I fear. His soul's an evil, tangled labyrinth.
I shall not do it, Ben.
Thou canst escape thy destiny. You must confront and face Darth Vader once again.
I shall not kill my father.
Then the Emperor hath won. Thou wert our only hope the Empire and the dark side to defeat. If thou wilt not, no other shall arise to take our place.
But is this necessarily so? For Yoda spoke of yet another. Who?
No more of hidden pasts. Thou shalt know all. The other side of which he spoke is none but thine twin sister.
Sister? I know none.
But thou and she were hidden safely from the Emperor, just as if after ye were born. For he did know, as I do, that the kin of Anakin would be a powerful threat unto his reign of madness, might, and murder. At birth, the two were separated. Thou unto thine uncle Owen and thine aunt Beru on Tatooine, where I did watch over thee, as thou didst grow into a man. Thy sister to a senator did go, apart from thee in thy dread father's wrath. There did she grow into a woman fine, and has since then remained anonymous.
Aside.
A wondrous revelation to my soul. A sister. And before me comes her face. For surely Leia is my sister, else my instincts have no truth in them. What news? I know not whether to respond with shouts of greatest joy or to shrink back in fear and paralyzing shock at what we've done. 3 times hath she kissed me in friendship's name, the last of these more passionate than e'er a sister should upon her sib bestow. There is an ancient tale of Tatooine that tells of Tuscan raider who through fate and circumstances joined with his mother in bond most strange and quite unnatural. They lived in blissful ignorance of their relation until they discovered it by chance, and oh, what awful times befell. The Tuscan raider's mother hanged herself upon a bantha's horn. The Tuscan, in his agony and grief, pulled off his mask and clawed at his own eyes until they bled. Then came the dislodged and finally plucked out. He fell unto his knees and cried with pain, not merely pain to have his eyes removed, but deeper pain that seared his very heart. 'Tis said that though he then could see no more, he saw more clearly than ever he had. At night, upon the sands of Tatooine, his howl may still be heard, a warning to those who would break the sacred family bond through passions of the body. Shall this be my fate? For crossing o'er the boundary that none should cross e'en once? I'll warrant, nay, not only have I superstitions none, but our brief moments of affection were a trifle none could call a love affair. I now see clearly, but still have my eyes, and may my sister know sans tragedy. Thus I do make a solemn, earnest vow. I shall embrace my royal sister as a powerful ally, and shall show to her the path that surely leads unto the Force.
To Obi-Wan.
'Tis Leia, my soul doth know 'tis she.
Thine instincts serve thee well, Luke. Bury now those feelings, for they do thee credit, but may be manipulated and abused, if e'er the Emperor should learn of them.
It bringeth my heart joy to see thee, Ben. I'll heed thy counsel till we meet again.
Exeunt. Scene 3. The Rebel fleet in space. Enter Han Solo and Lando of Calrissian.
My friend, well met. 'Tis good to see thee here, and not a dangling or a sarlacc's pit. Thou wast promoted well, a general.
Belike our leaders were informed about mine actions at the Battle of Tanab.
Cast not thine eyes on me for blame or thanks. I did but tell them thou art pilot fair, but knew not that they hoped to find the one who would direct this crazy-brained attack.
Nay, crazy-brained thou say'st. How may that be, since thou dost know a thing or two of Death Star battles and what it doth take to win? Surprised I am that they did not ask thee.
But who hath said that they did not inquire? Yet I am not of madness made, and thou, remember well, art fashioned of respect.
Enter Princess Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, Mon Mothma, Admiral Ackbar, General Marine, Wedge Antilles, and several rebel pilots. Mothma speaks.
I prithee, gather round, ye rebels all, and mark ye well the message I relay. The Emperor hath made a critical mistake, and our time for attack is nigh. The data brought to us by Bothan spies details the exact location of the vast new battle station that the Emperor hath undertaken to build. We also know this battle station's weapon systems are not fully operational as yet. The Imperial fleet has spread both far and wide throughout the galaxy with hopes, quite vain, that they shall soon engage us in fight. And while the fleet's away, the station hath but minimal protection. This, my friends, would be good news enough, but there is more. A reliable report hath come to us that e'en the dreaded Emperor Palpatine himself doth oversee construction of the Death Star, and is presently on board. This news doth cheer us, friends, but pray recall that many Bothans died to bring it here. I call on Admiral Ackbar to unfold our plan so you may know your roles in this. The final chapter of Rebellion's tale.
Admiral Ackbar turns on a visual model of the Death Star and the forest moon of Endor.
You may, with this model, see the Death Star orbiting around the forest moon of Endor. Through the weapon systems on the Death Star are not operational as yet. The Death Star hath a strong defense. It is secured by shield of energy generated on the forest moon. Deactivated must the shield be ere we can attack. Thus, when the shield hath been disarmed, our cruisers shall take wing and fly within the superstructure to destroy the main reactor. This attack shall be made by a squadron of our winged ships, led by our General Calrissian, who is worthy and noble chap.
Good luck be thine, friend. Good luck be thine, my friend. Thou shalt need it.
Thus endeth my report. Now, General Madline, thine efforts for our mission wilt thou presently recap.
We've stolen an Imperial shuttle, which, disguised as a cargo ship, shall use a secret code to land upon the moon. Thereon a team shall fearlessly deactivate the shield.
A dangerous experience, no doubt.
Leia to Han.
And who, I wonder, has agreed to it? For such a mission may quite futile prove.
Nay, be thou not afraid. A man of wit, of clever mind, and fine exterior they must have chosen, whom thou shalt approve.
Good General Solo, is thy team prepared?
Leia aside.
A man of wit! He ne'er doth cease to amaze me.
My team is ready, yet I do not have a crew who shall the shuttle's flight command. It shall not be easy, friend, thus I had not yet volunteered thy worthy name. Well, now I have one.
And count me too. Good general, I gladly follow thee. Wherever thou dost go, then so shall I. Wherever thou remain, thus shall I too. Thy people shall be my people be as well, and all thy battles shall my battles be.
Enter Luke Skywalker and R2-D2.
Why have but two when three is company? I shall go with thee also, noble friend.
Luke aside.
My sister, to see her fills my heart.
Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia embrace.
What is it?
Ask yet again another time.
Ho, Luke.
Good Han and Chewie.
Exciting would not be my word of choice. 'Tis more like harrowing, if I were asked.
Exeunt all but Han Solo and Lando of Calrissian.
Now preparations made, good Lando, yet a word with thee ere thou depart, my friend. With heart sincere I proffer this to thee. Take thou my ship, the brave Millennium Falcon. Thou shalt be greatly aided in thy task if thou wilt take the fastest ship that e'er did fly within our galaxy. Thou dost have more experience with this swift ship than any but Chewbacca and myself. Thou art a skilled and worthy pilot, and I trust that thou shalt keep her safe.
'Tis well, I am persuaded, and shall take the ship, and leave with thee both gratitude and my assurance that I know how deeply thy heart stirs for her. Thus do I pledge, I shall take care of her as though she were my own, and shall deliver her sans e'en a scratch.
Han aside.
This Lando doth protest too much, methinks. I was not nervous till he made this pledge.
To Lando.
No scratch indeed. I take with me thy word.
We part, thou pirate true, and Han, good luck.
To thee as well, good friend.
Exit Lando of Calrissian as Han Solo boards the Imperial shuttle RaDEEo. Enter Luke Skywalker, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2 in the cockpit with Han Solo.
Nay, I think the Empire had not Wookiees on their minds when they designed her, Chewie. Are we set?
Enter Princess Leia.
I see the good Millennium Falcon yawn, and wonder how the die for her is cast.
Art thou awake, or dost thou slumber on?
A feeling tells me this look is my last.
General, let us depart.
Aye, true. Now, let's see what this heap of junk can do.
Exeunt, flying off from the shuttle Tiderium. Scene 4. Inside the second Death Star. Enter Darth Vader.
The strangest feelings have been mine of late. To know my son exists confounds my wits, as I did ne'er imagine. What is this confusion that doth obfuscate my mind. For evil I am made, for punishment of foes, for conquering of peoples, and to do the perfect will of my great Lord and Emperor. Of these I certain am, for this hath been my role full many years. Yet where within this surety is room for offspring, for a son? What can a life lived on the dark side to the Force have still to do with heirs, with flesh and bone that sprang from me and that sweet life that once I led? How can this Sith, this man of pain and death, be father to the fruit of far-gone love? It seems well nigh impossible when one considers what I've been. For, verily, I may not hide the man I truly am. A warrior devoted to the cause of Emperor and Empire both. 'Tis who I am. I must be mad when I have cause and smile at no one's jests. No humor doth give pleasure to my mouth or stir my heart. Nor would I dare to ever love again, if e'en this mess of tangled wires could love. I am a Sith, most surely to be feared, yet that perplexing thing remains. A son.
Enter Emperor Palpatine and royal guards.
What is thy bidding, master?
Send the fleet unto the farthest side of Endor. There let it remain until 'tis called for.
What of the recent news that rebels are amassing near to Sullust? Is it so?
It is of little consequence, for soon this vile rebellion shall be crushed, and young Skywalker shall know the dark side's power. Thy work upon the Death Star is complete. Thou shalt go hence to the command ship, and await my orders there.
My master, I.
Exit Darth Vader.
Now all the players and the scenes are set to bring about our greatest triumph yet.
Exeunt. Act 3, Scene 1. On the Imperial Shuttle Tidarium and the Superstar Destroyer. Enter Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, C-3PO, and R2-D2. Enter Admiral Piet and Imperial Controller on balcony on the Superstar Destroyer.
Now, if the Empire is not by our ruse deceived, we must fly quickly, Chewie.
We have you on our screens. Identify yourselves.
The shuttle of Tidarium requests deactivation of the Shield of Energy.
Tidarium, transmit your clearance code through the shield.
Transmission doth commence.
Now shall we learn if all these codes were worth the price we paid. For them, the loss of friends, the loss of life.
Aye, it shall work. 'Twas a sacrifice well made.
Vader is aboard that ship.
Be not afeard, good Luke. Let not thy nerves they better judgment mar. Full many ships there are that do command the Empire's fleet. Thou keep thy distance, though, Chewbacca, but do not appear as though thou deepest it. Let me make it plain. Fly casual.
Enter Darth Vader on balcony.
Tell me now, where is that shuttle bound?
Small shuttle of Tidarium, what is thy destination and thy cargo? Speak.
We come to bring both parts and crew, which shall deliver technical assistance to our comrades on the Forest Moon.
Have they the code that clearance would ensure?
They do. It's an older code, but it hits the mark. I was about to grant them passage, Lord.
Luke, aside.
My father, how I sense him clearly now. His thoughts, his aspect, e'en his very mood.
To Han Solo.
I have endangered the mission here, and should not hither have accompanied you.
'Tis thine imagination, Luke. Pray, be more optimistic. Let thy heart be still.
Luke, aside.
What stillness can there be when moves the Force? It shall move mountains if it so desires. No inner strength or outer brawn can match the movement of the Force that now twixt me and Vader passeth. Han hath no idea, yet all belike shall know quite soon enough. For Ben and Yoda both were right. I must my father yet confront ere I or he shall ever freedom know.
Piet to Vader.
Shall they be held?
Nay, Admiral, thou mayst let them proceed. They shall be mine, mere cards that I shall play, and I shall serve as dealer for their deck.
Then shall I wager that the house shall win? Thy wish is mine, my lord, and it shall be.
To Controller.
Thou canst now carry on, and let them pass.
This hesitation pregnant is with doubt. Mayhap they are not taken in, Chewbacca.
Good shuttle of Tidarium, the swift deactivation of the shield begins. Hold fast into thy present course.
Exeunt Darth Vader, Admiral Piet, and Imperial Controller.
'Tis well. Did I not tell ye all that it would work? No problems here when Han is at the helm.
My scoundrel love, thou ever hast a boast, yet there's often a reason to thy rhyme.
Enter several Imperial scouts aside as Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, C-3PO, and R2-D2 disembark.
Now have we landed on the forest moon and our good company has disembarked, we make our way through trees and bushes here. But what is that, a sound? Pray all, alert.
You see, R2, I told thee this would be quite dangerous. Alack, be calm, my core.
I see a building with Imperial motifs and markings. There beside it are 2 scouts. This shall require some care, methinks.
Then shall we try and go around the side?
It will take time.
And all shall be for naught if we are seen. Yet I do have a plan. Chewbacca and myself shall handle this. Ye both stay here.
But prithee, soft good Han, be quiet, for there may be others near.
Thy words unnecessary are. 'Tis me.
Han Solo and Chewbacca move toward the Imperial scouts.
Now shall I move in stealth to take them in, then take them out. With cat-like tread I step, ne'er to be noticed till my prey is mine. Then alack! A twig snaps underfoot!
Imperial Scouts 1 and 2 turn toward the sound and see Han Solo and Chewbacca.
What is that sound? Alas! 'Tis rebels! Go, and warn our comrades quickly!
Let us fly!
Han fights with Imperial Scout 1. Imperial Scout 2 boards his speeder bike to fly away, but is shot by Chewbacca. Imperial Scouts 3 and 4 jump on their speeder bikes and fly away.
Behold, the 2 scouts speed out from our grasp. Upon the instant I shall give them chase.
Pray, Leia, patience. Straight I come with thee.
Luke and Leia board a speeder bike behind Imperial Scouts 3 and 4 in pursuit. Exeunt Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2 in the melee. Enter Chorus. Do not our play too harshly judge, dear friends, for with imagination you may see. Into the forest now the fight extends on speeder bikes that whip, twist tree and tree. What haste their dauntless riders undergo, as they fly swiftly past both brush and stumps. The raid daring do our scene doth show, and when 'tis over, some shall have their lumps. Exit Chorus.
Jam thou their comlig, center swinch.
'Tis done.
Canst thou yet closer go? Pray, pull aside the one before us. Now I jump aboard his bike, and he is mine, and I'm for him.
Luke throws Imperial Scout 3 from his speeder bike, and Imperial Scout 3 dies, screaming. Enter Imperial Scouts 5 and 6 on speeder bikes.
Aye, he is gone, but others take his place. Good Leia, follow that one up ahead. I shall remain behind to face these 2.
'Tis well. Be safe, and I shall see thee soon.
Luke, aside.
Oh, sister, all my thanks for tender words.
Luke falls behind alongside Imperial Scouts 5 and 6.
Now shalt this bike's keen blaster find its mark. I shoot, and one is dead. The other next.
Luke shoots and kills Imperial Scout 6.
I shall fly high o'er this one's bike, that he may think that I have fled. Then shall I from above make my attack. Ha! Now beside his bike, surprise is my sure strategy.
Imperial Scout 4 shoots at Leia.
Alas, my bike is hit, and off I fall.
Leia falls to the ground, unconscious. Imperial Scout 4 looks behind him to make sure she has fallen.
Ha! There's a rebel scum who shall no more make trouble for our mighty empire. We are e'er the strongest in the galaxy, with pilots such as I, whose skill is— Oh!
Imperial Scout 4 collides with a tree and dies.
This latest scout is skilled beyond the rest. I may not best him in a battle thus. Yet, by another method I shall win. For why rely on bikes and blasters when I have the Force and my lightsaber too?
Luke leaps from his bike.
Now to it, Scout. Return and meet thy fate. He comes a-blasting, but my saber deflects the shots, and now I slice his bike. I broke in twain, his bike doth falter fast, and now against a tree he meets his end.
Imperial Scout 5 dies. Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2 from the opposite side.
Oh, General Solo, someone comes anon!
Luke, we have found thee. But thou lackst one thing. I bid thee tell me, where's Leia, eh?
She came not back?
I thought she was with thee.
And truly was, but lo, within the wood the battle was borne out with speed and fire. Amid the blasts and cruel Imperial scouts, 'twas only muddledom that won the day. We separated were, and there's an end. Anon, we must fly hence and search for her. Good R2, come. Thy scanners we shall need.
Fear not, good master, we know what to do.
To R2-D2.
And thou didst say 'twas pretty here. Oh, fish. Is that supposed to be oh fi? Wow. Oh fi.
Oh, fish indeed. Exeunt Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2. Enter Wicket, an Ewok, approaching Princess Leia.
A pokey pokey, looky. He's a creature, nookie.
Wicket jabs Princess Leia with his staff. She wakes up.
Desist at once, thou furry little imp.
Donve, stay a one way, the living creature, panve.
I shall not hurt thee, little one, but— Oh, my body cries with soreness for my fall. I wonder where Luke and the others are.
Goa, I don't know, the creature movie, slower.
It seemeth I am fixed and grounded here, yet I am lost and know not what here means. All that I have is this small creature from a species I have ne'er encountered. Mayhap thou wilt assist me, my little friend. Sit down beside me here and let us talk. I promise I'll not hurt thee. I approach.
Adanga, wasi wanga, kami, jaga.
Be like thou wouldst like something thou canst eat. If thou art like most creatures, thou mayst be directed by thy stomach wish for food, where bellies lead and other members trail. Here, friend, taste thou this morsel from my hand.
True. See, maybe true. Iga tree, matru.
Wicket takes a wafer from Princess Leia and eats it.
I'll warrant I have made a friend at last. The food succeeds where words alone have failed. Now, shall I take this helmet off? For sure. It gives me pain to wear it still so tight.
Kusha, wasi dona, me escardu, pusha.
Nay, fear thou not, O little one. 'Tis but a hat, and shall not harm thee. 'Tis no threat. Thou art a scamp filled full of skittishness.
Wicket hears a sound in the forest.
Akiata ata, samik mata, samik kami, kiata gata.
A shot is fired near Princess Leia, who falls to the ground. Leia, aside.
This creature's customs and his language are unknown to me, and yet his instincts prove most capable. He smelled the danger ere I knew 'twas here. A powerful ally might he and his people be if I ever could communicate and share each other's thoughts and hopes and aspirations openly.
Another shot is fired.
Oh, wonder, wonder, shunty thunder, shunty baddie, nunda, nunda.
Wicket hides. Enter Imperial Scouts 7 and 8. Scout 7 to Leia.
Stand down, my lady, else you breathe your last.
To Scout 8.
Go, get thy bike, and take her back to base, for none but our troops have clearance to be on the sanctuary moon. She must give her answer for furtive presence here.
Indeed, sir.
Imperial Scout 8 begins to exit. Wicket comes out of hiding and strikes Imperial Scout 7.
Oh, what manner of a beast!
Princess Leia hits Imperial Scout 7, who falls unconscious. Imperial Scout 8 begins to run.
Now, Blaster, hit thy mark, else we're found out.
Princess Leia shoots and kills Imperial Scout 8.
Good cheer! The scout is slain and we are safe. I give thee thanks, thou bantam warrior, for thy protection and thy bravery. Come, let us go at once, ere others come.
I yub nub, she's a nulub, she's a frienda, yup.
Leia, aside.
Although it seems I came from over there, he wishes for me to follow him that way. Belike in following I'll earn his trust. Then I shall make our budding friendship real, and see what this chance meeting may reveal.
Exeunt. Scene 2. Inside the second Death Star. Enter Darth Vader, Emperor Palpatine, and Royal Guards.
Now wherefore hast thou come to see me here? Thine orders were to stay aboard thy ship.
I would not disobey thine orders, were it not of great importance to our cause. A rebel force hath made it past the shield, and landed on the forest moon of Endor.
I know of this already.
And my son is with them on their mission.
Art thou sure?
Forsooth, for I have felt him.
Strange that I have not. Lord Vader, are thy feelings on this matter clear, or needst thou clarity?
Vader, aside.
Well asked, for my confusion he doth sense.
To Emperor.
My thoughts are clear, my master.
This, then, shalt thou do. Fly to the sanctuary moon, and wait upon him there, for he shall come.
Indeed, 'tis he who shall come unto me.
I have foreseen it. His compassion for his long-lost father shall mean his defeat. 'Tis he shall come to thee, and thou shalt bring him hither unto me. Thus it shall be.
Whatever thou dost wish, I grant to thee.
Exeunt. Scene 3. The Forest Moon of Endor. Enter Han Solo, Chewbacca, C-3PO, and R2-D2.
Searching in the forest, we have found no trace of my beloved. Yet I see these wrecked and tangled bikes afore mine eyes, and must assume the worst. Some horrid fate, some accident of fortune hath befallen, and taken my love too quickly from my grasp. Oh, let it ne'er be so, and let me not with grief and anguish live out all my days. Although we find not Leia, let us still some hope discover deep within these woods.
Enter Luke Skywalker, holding Princess Leia's helmet.
This helmet have I found near yonder log. The tree that once so tall and stately stood hath been by some unnatural force knocked down, but all that doth remain there is the top that once rose so high above the forest roof. O tree, that lost its trunk and turned to log. O helmet without wearer, turned to shell.
Good Master Luke, his heart doth break within.
2 more wrecked speeders yonder did I see, and this poor empty helmet tells a tale.
I fear that R2's sensors can find no suggestion of dear Princess Leia near.
I hope, oh greatest hope, oh fondest hope, with all my being hope she may be well. What is it, thou Wookiee?
Chewbacca finds a piece of meat hanging from a rope.
I do not understand, Chewbacca. It is just a piece of meat and nothing more.
Nay, pray patience!
All are caught in a net and raised into the air.
Wonderful! The ones who wish to find become the ones found out. Who wished to net a princess netted are. Who prayed to find her find themselves now prey. And why? Because the one who thinkers least hath thought with appetite and not with mind.
Since fault of thought hath got us to this place, let us be calm and reason our way out. Canst thou reach my lightsaber, Han?
Indeed.
Han Solo tries but cannot reach the lightsaber. R2-D2 aside.
What's more, it lies in me to save these men. Mayhap a fall upon their rears shall serve them well. Now quickly to thy work, my blade.
R2-D2 begins to cut the net.
R2, dost thou think it that wise? 'Tis far to fall.
Down, down we fall!
Alack!
Oh, R2!
Safe from net, yet hard upon the ground. Although my mind is grateful for the help, my back doth cry for vengeance on the droid whose foolish act hath knocked us flat.
Enter Ewoks surrounding Teebo, surrounding the others.
But look, how many furry beings there are here. Oh, brave new world that has such creatures in it.
Teebo points his spear at Han Solo.
Jabba Jabba. Usa stabada. Una muva. Gaba Gaba.
Avaunt, thou scruffy flea-infested imp! Point not thy spear toward my angry self, else thou shalt know the scourge of blaster fire.
I prithee patience, Han. All shall be well.
Hura hura. Hina skura. Hisa tumpa. Gura gura.
Chewbacca, give thy crossbow unto them. Let them believe they have the upper hand, and we shall see of what these beasts are made.
C-3PO rises from the fall.
Alas, my head! What pains I must endure! But oh, what creatures do surround us here?
Hadu hadu. Hisa godo. Hiso maite. Gado gado.
Oh, Trito, Trito, Misa Grito, Hooty Dooty, Cito, Cito.
Hooty dooty.
Who's C-3PO? Dost thou comprehend their tongue?
I'm sorry. Indeed, my master Luke. Recall that I am fluent in more than 6 million forms.
Let's pray take more explaining, droid. What list thou say to them when thou didst speak even now?
Hello, methinks. 'Tis possible I am mistaken. They employ a primitive and ancient dialect, but it appears they think of me as like unto a god.
R2-D2 aside.
Oh, heaven help us all. C-3PO already thinks himself divine and needs no congregation further.
To C-3PO.
O Lord most high and reverend, thou gold and stainless deity, call on thy powers and godlike charms, and straight divine us all away beyond this situation. I?
Nay, General Solo, 'tis not proper.
Proper? You shall for sure discover what is right and proper when I blast apart thy frame.
Lo, 'tis forbidden, General Solo, for e'en droids aren't masters of divinity.
Thou fickle spirit, deity or not, I hail a spiritual experience. Enjoy as I do tear thee limb from limb.
The Ewoks surround and threaten Han Solo.
Nagu nagu. Misa nanu. Hisa bisa ita. Yado yado.
Pray pardon, jolly beasts, nay, fear me not. 'Twas but a jest, for he is my old friend.
The Ewoks bind Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, Chewbacca, and R2-D2 and take them to their village, with C-3PO enthroned.
Now are we ta'en unto their simple homes, plain huts of wood with branches for their roofs. A simple tribe are these, yet wise as well. With neither guns nor lightsabers, they snared a pilot skilled, a Wookiee brave and strong, a Jedi knight, and 2 most earnest droids. 'Twas quite a catch for such a humble net. And now, like spits upon a fire, we're hung. But what transpireth next, we'll see anon.
My feelings are o'ercome with thoughts most dire. They ready for a feast, but where's the food? Do they not know I shall a poor meal make? No supper may be cooked from Han's firm flesh, for smuggler meat is all too hard and tough.
Grada, desha mache, desha kuda, gande.
Ad toyum, lessem goyum, nus adusis noyum.
Prithee, tell me, droid, what did he say?
Oh, it is rather an embarrassment, good General Solo. It appears that thou shalt be the main course at a banquet in my honor. I am quite ashamed, good sir, and I promise I shall not enjoy the meal.
Ewoks begin playing drums.
Agunda gunda, disafunda, desabuna, kunda.
Enter Princess Leia.
Leia,
Oh, my heart! My precious one, my Leia! Now may I go up in flames, since I have seen thee safe and well again, beloved.
Royal Highness!
What is this that doth transpire here? Luke and Han bound up?
Leia approaches, but is stopped by Ewoks.
Nay, do not hinder me, my new-found friends. These godly men are dear to me. They are the closest that I have to family. Pray, still your doubtful, cautious minds, and I shall show ye that these people mean no harm. C-3PO, thou Sema art enthroned, which doth suggest thou hast some sway o'er them? Serve thou as translator, and tell these imps to free our brave companions from their bonds.
C-3PO to Teebo.
Rukta, Nuye tukta, lessem frium bukta.
The Ewoks continue their preparations for the feast.
It seemeth that thy kingly words did fall upon their peasant ears a little less than royally.
good 3PO, relay to them that if they shall not heed thy words, thou wilt astound them with thine anger fierce, and ply thy magic on them.
Magic, sir, I know not what you mean. I have no magic.
I prithee, argue not, but tell them now.
C-3PO to Ewoks.
No gauche, yummy posh, uzi pranka, boomabosh.
The Ewoks stop momentarily and then resume their preparations.
Oh, seest thou, Master Luke? They paid no heed, and I suspected they would not, the brutes.
Luke, aside.
Now, Force, come flow within, around, above, raise up the droid upon his wooden throne, and let these creatures think he is their god, raging in his power. Let them shrink and cower in their fear, and be so moved that they shall do his every command. C-3PO lifts up above the ground, and is quite terrified to be so high. But frightened as they are, they do not see their god is yet more petrified than they. They scatter to and fro and up and down, for here's a sight they ne'er have seen before, a being flying sans the use of wings. Oh, work thy power, Force, be thou my aid, and constant strong companion in our need. Success! The creatures are now quite convinced, and move with haste to free us from our bonds. C-3PO doth lower into place, and now we all are free. Oh, thank the Force that moved me so I could move the droid, and move these creatures to release us all.
The Ewoks unbind Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Chewbacca. An Ewok frees R2-D2, and R2-D2 shocks the Ewok. The Ewok runs away. R2-D2, aside.
Now come ye back, ye scurvy, furry things. I'll shock ye all for your abuse of us.
Oh, mistress mine, to see thee brings me joy. Draw nigh and plant upon my lips a kiss.
Luke hath secured your safety with his ploy. No sweeter meeting can I wish than this.
Han Solo and Princess Leia kiss. Wicket approaches R2-D2.
Waguru, who's a yuru? You's a speckle, hoodoo.
Luke to C-3PO.
My gratitude profound, C-3PO.
Forsooth, I never knew 'twas in me, sir.
These little creatures may have value yet if they are allies in this fight become. I need thine aid to convince them so. I prithee, C-3PO. Make known to them our dire adventures against the Empire vile.
I know not, master. I am not a bard who can with skillful tongue his story tell.
But try, C-3PO, the tale relay to in their own language.
The Ewoks gather and listen.
All the world's at war, and all the rebels in it are the heroes. They have their battles and their skirmishes, and rebels in these scenes have played their parts. The story being 7 ages. First, our princess that was captured was then saved, but Alderaan did pay the costly price. And then the Death Star battle, with its guns and awful loss of life, like speeder bikes we flew unto the final victory. Then to Hoth, so barren, with a woeful ballad composed for our lost comrades. Then to Bespin, full of strange imps and fearful twists of fate. My master faced Darth Vader, quick in quarrel, while Lando, Chewie, and the princess just escaped the cannon's mouth. But then our Han, in fair trim belly with good humour lined, with eyes severe and hair of scruffy cut, full of harsh tongue and modern instances, was placed in carbonite. The sixth age shifted to Tatooine, a lean and lonely place, with Jabba there to give us all a fright. The Sarlacc vicious was a world too wide for us to spend eternity within. We turned again to Master Luke, who with the Force did save our lives. Last scene of all that ends this brave eventful history shall be the Empire's fall to oblivion, sans power, sans hate, sans fear, sans everything.
The Ewoks discuss the story.
What do they say?
I don't know.
Luke aside.
I sense the keen nobility within their hearts. These small but mighty creatures shall yet be our help as we make battle against our foes.
Ah, dunga dunga, time isunga, wesa hulpo, longa longa.
'Tis wonderful, a sign of deep respect the group has given us, for we have been made members of their honorable tribe. Moreover, they shall aid us in their fight against the Empire and its bunker here.
All embrace, and an Ewok hugs Han Solo.
'Tis verily a dream come true for me.
Han aside.
And now unhand me, Teddy, ere I scream.
Luke aside.
This joyous scene doth stir my soul, for since my presence here is but a danger to my friends, I must depart.
Exit Luke Skywalker.
But whereforth doth Luke flee when we should all be celebrating? I shall follow him.
Exit Princess Leia.
So the proverb says, Chewbacca, help that is but short is better than no help at all. Though how the furry beasts will help, I cannot yet imagine or conceive.
The Ewok chief reports the scouts shall show us to the place that generates the shield for the new Death Star. There we may fulfill our plan, deactivate the shield anon.
Well done, C-3PO. Now quickly heed mine every command. First, have them tell us how far distant is the place. Then be thou sure that, second, thou dost ask for fresh supplies. And finally, get our weapons back. But wherefore dost thou wait, thou simple droid? Unto my tasks, I shall not wait for thee.
Exeunt Han Solo and Chewbacca.
He cannot wait, but will not let me do it.
Exeunt. Enter Luke Skywalker and Princess Leia on balcony.
I prithee say, what is the matter, Luke?
Between who?
Nay, the matter on your heart.
Say, dost thou of thy mother yet retain a memory? I fain would hear thee tell.
But little, Luke, for I was all too young when she departed to her resting place.
Yet, what dost thou remember? Wilt thou share?
'Tis mostly images I see within my mind when I do think of her, just as the reds and oranges that one doth see when one hath looked upon the shining sun. She was a woman of great beauty, who was kind, yet nursed some sadness deep within. Now tell me, wherefore dost thou ask me this?
No memory have I of a mother's touch, nor kindness, sadness, smile, or any speech. 'Twas not until but recently I thought upon my state of being motherless.
What troubles thee, dear Luke?
Darth Vader's here, e'en now upon this very forest moon.
How dost thou know?
I feel his presence here. He cometh seeking me, for he can feel when I am near. This is why I must leave. As long as I remain, I do the group and our good mission put at risk. Instead, my destiny it is to face the man.
But wherefore?
He, the invader, is my father.
Thy father? What base trick of fate is this?
This news is but the prologue to the rest that I shall tell thee, Leia. This shall not fall easily upon thine ears, but thou must hear it. If I do not return, then thou shalt be the only hope for the Alliance.
Nay, say not so, dear Luke. Thou hast a power I do not comprehend, and can never obtain. 'Tis far beyond my skill and means.
But there thou art mistaken. Leia, thou dost have a power within thee, and in time shall learn to use it as I have. The Force is strong and certain in my family. My father has it, I have it as well. And also doth my sister have it. Aye, 'tis thee, Leia, dear Leia, sister of my soul.
Leia, aside.
A brother? What strange circumstance is this? My friend, this Luke, doth claim a brother's place? And is Darth Vader thus my father too? What of the father that I once did know? Organa, he for whom I've been named. Shall I, now fully grown, begin anew? And learn to love another family? I thought my kinfolk all had been dispatched when Alderaan was cruelly destroyed. Yet Luke doth tell me that the man who stood and watched with joy while Alderaan was blown apart is he whom I should call father. It shall take time and thought to reconcile my heart up onto this news. But with what joy already do I welcome Luke, my life as a brother, my life as a brother. There I have no qualms, for he hath been a brother unto me since we first met. A brother? Oh, what news!
To Luke.
It is if I did already know, within my heart. 'Tis like I've always known.
Then canst thou see why I must face him now?
Nay, that I cannot see. If he can feel thee here, then flee anon and save thy life. There is no shame to fly from danger, Luke. I wish that I could fly with thee.
Nay, say that not, for thou e'er wert the strongest one.
But wherefore needest thou confront him, Luke?
Methinks the man hath good within him still, and shall not basely render his own son upon his cruel and vicious emperor. Methinks I still can save the man who gave us life, and turn him to the good once more. Methinks I must endeavor to do so, or else my path is darker e'en than his. Methinks so many things, dear Leia, but the most important of them all is this. My father is my duty to reclaim, e'en though he has a vile existence led. His heart, his soul, his life can be redeemed. 'Tis now my mission, and I hope thine too. And now farewell, for I must take my leave.
Exit Luke Skywalker.
Oh, what a noble mind is here revealed! My brother younger, yet speaking like a man, imbued with every honorable trait, to take upon himself the role of nurse to heal our wayward, troubled father. Ah, and I, of ladies most profound blessed, to have a brother such as this good Luke. His swift return to our loyal band I shall with pride wait. Oh, joy is mine to have seen what I have seen, see what I see.
Enter Han Solo.
What ails thee, Leia?
Nothing, Han. I've grown more full of deepest feeling than I ever thought possible. I would remain alone till I have time to ponder this affair.
'Tis nothing? Prithee, tell me what is wrong.
Thou dost not see. I cannot tell thee yet.
But Luke, couldst thou tell Luke in whispered song? Then shall I leave thee.
Oh!
Han Solo begins to leave, but then returns to Princess Leia.
Beg pardon, pet. Forgive this latest outburst of my pride. I am but worried for thy state of mind.
Embrace me, Han, and here with me abide. Thou art a man of substance, strong and kind.
They embrace.
Although thou causest me to fret and groan, my love is thine, and thou shalt never be alone.
Exeunt. Scene 4. The Forest Moon of Endor. Enter Darth Vader.
E'en now my son doth come to me. I feel't. Thus is the moment near when I bring him unto my lord, and in doing so bind together those two forces of my life. My skillful son, and my true emperor. The two become one. 'Tis a consummation devoutly to be wished. I'll see Luke turned toward the dark side of the Force, and we shall rule the galaxy, the Father, Son, and mighty Emperor. Oh, make it so, most slippery and cunning fate, for great shall be the combination of our powers.
Enter Luke Skywalker and Imperial Commander with stormtroopers.
My lord, this is the rebel who did bring himself to us in full surrender. He denieth there are others here, yet I believe there may be more. I do request permission to conduct a search of the surrounding area. No stone unturned, as my dear father used to say. Is not, a father's wisdom, precious more than gold? But I digress. The rebel came here armed with this and this alone, a lightsaber.
The Imperial Commander hands Luke's lightsaber to Darth Vader. Vader, aside.
Oh, how it stirs my soul to hear him tell the love of his good father. Now, become.
To Commander.
Thou hast fulfilled thine office faithfully, Commander. Leave us now. Conduct thy search, and bring this one's companions back to me. I'll warrant thou shalt find them as thou thinkst.
Of course, my lord. My pleasure 'tis to see thee, thy great will be done. If further rebels are upon the moon, we shall discover them.
Exit Imperial Commander.
The Emperor hath been expecting thee.
Luke, aside.
Now it begins.
To Darth Vader.
I know, my father.
Ah, thou hast accepted what is true.
I have accepted thou wert once called Anakin Skywalker, and as such my father wert, and art, and whatever shall come to pass shall be.
That Anakin is meaningless to me. The name hath neither relevance nor worth. My life is changed, and I with it fore'er.
'Tis but the name of thy true self, which thou hast but forgotten. Furthermore, I know that there is good within thee yet, for thy great emperor cannot have driven it from thee entirely. That is wherefore thou couldst not destroy me when we first met, and wherefore thou wilt not deliver me a prisoner to thine emperor.
Vader, aside.
Almost I know not what to say. So shall I turn the conversation unto matters that are simple to discuss, with no confusion.
To Luke.
I see thou hast constructed for thyself a lightsaber. Thy skills are now complete, except I see its beam is green, much like thine innocent opinion of my fate. But still thou hast become quite powerful, just as the Emperor himself foresaw.
If green doth mark me as a man naive, I'll claim the color proudly. Come with me, my father. Turn toward the good and live.
Old Obi-Wan once thought as thou dost think. Thou canst not understand the power of the dark side. I shall be obedient unto my master. I must and will.
I shall not turn toward the dark, and thou shalt verily be forced to kill me then.
Vader, aside.
Confusion be thou gone. 'Tis madness, this.
To Luke.
If that shall be thy destiny, so be't.
Oh, search thy feelings, father. Thou canst not do this to me. I feel the conflict rise within thee. Let thy hatred go, be free.
It is too late for me, my son. I shall deliver thee unto the Emperor. 'Tis he who shall reveal to thee the true and powerful nature of the Force. He is thy master now, and thou shalt serve him well.
Then may I say these words with confidence. My father, who once lived, is truly dead.
Exeunt Luke Skywalker with stormtroopers guarding.
Oh, what a rogue and peasant Sith am I! This turmoil in my spirit doth not suit a dark and vicious warlord like myself. My son, a rebel, fickle-minded fate, that e'er would be so cruel to have me seat. And not a simple rebel, nay, but he a hero, noble, brave, and true, a lad whose character befits his parentage. Were he within the Empire's ranks employed, I would be proud to govern by his side. A worthy lad is he, of virtues full, a Jedi Knight and powerful in the Force, a brave, courageous, cunning warrior, a shadow of my former, noble self. Yet if he will not turn, he'll be destroyed. Oh, shall it be? The strands of fate do seem to wind themselves about my neck, as if to strangle me, and drag me down into the measureless, uncharted depths of my beloved Emperor's most perfect will. Thus shall I drown within the dark side's pull, a murky grave to bury Vader's soul. The rudder of my conscience runs not straight. Thus am I towed along toward my fate.
Exit. The house lights go up. Intermission begins. We will return with The Jedi Doth Return in 10 minutes. Welcome back to our performance of The Jedi Doth Return. The house lights go down and the intermission ends. Act 4, Scene 1. The Forest Moon of Endor. Enter Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, Wicket, Paploo, and several rebels.
The entrance to the bunker where the Death Star's shield control lies is just beyond. That landing platform there. To get inside without revealing our intent shall not be easy.
Fear thou not. Chewbacca and myself have entered places that were far more heavily protected than this one. The tales I could relate, another time.
Na nubba nubba, weave a nubba, nose a waza, yabba yabba.
Naketcha ketcha, use a petcha, use a surah, necha necha.
Suki suki, nago luki, nayusia, chubuki yuki.
I prithee, 3PO, what doth he say?
'Tis news that shall delight, good princess, for it renders our assault yet easier. A secret entrance may be found along the other side of this great ridge.
'Tis well. So let us hence and find this hidden way.
The group of rebels and Ewoks walk to a new location. Leia, aside.
What circumstance unlikely doth befall? A group of hardy rebels makes its way onto a battle with the Empire vile. Such enterprise of pith and moment, yet here we are by these furry creatures led. What unexpected allies! Aye, what strange but needed friends these noble scamps may prove. There is a saying back on Alderaan, or rather, should I say, there used to be a saying, for now no saying there are heard at all. There should for no one greater welcome be than one who is an unexpected guest.
So do we welcome these small ones onto our great and just rebellion, these who are both meek and full of childlike eagerness. Yet, even as these words escape my lips, another thought unfolds itself to me. It is not we who welcome them, I err. For 'tis their moon, their home, their dwelling place. 'Tis surely they who kindly welcome us. 'Tis truly they to whom our thanks are due. 'Tis certainly they are far more brave than we. 'Tis verily their home for which they fight. But still thy tongue, the bunker now is near.
Han to Paploo.
Thou hast a back door found, thy hairiness? 'Tis well, from furry mouths come good ideas.
Paploo to Wicket.
Patra, patra, Miko katra, Miko kinim, patra, patra.
Enter several Imperial scouts near the bunker. Paploo walks toward them. Han to Leia.
There are not many guards nearby. To gain the upper hand should not prove difficult.
And yet it needeth merely one to sound a loud alarm that brings the fleet entire.
Forsooth, then quiet like our move shall be.
Wicket to C-3PO.
Nunca unca, Paploo funka, he's again 'em, bunka bunka.
Oh, my! Good Princess Leia, I do fear our small preferred companion hath set on an errand rash.
All watch as Paploo approaches the scouts.
Fie! The little beast doth make his way unto certain death. Belike these guards shall blast him into bits.
And further, our surprise attack is gone. We may not have another chance at this.
Paploo suddenly boards a speeder bike and flies off into the distance.
Alack! That beast hath ta'en the speeder bike! We shall not let the imp steal from us so!
Let us fly hence and after him.
Hooray!
Imperial Scouts 1, 2, and 3 mount their bikes and chase Paploo.
A clever ruse for one who is no more than a mere lump of matted fur. He hath succeeded in his plan, for now behold, just one is left.
To C-3PO.
Remain here and await our swift return.
Though I am but a droid, my will is yet my own. I shall decide what course to take, and have decided it shall be better if R2 and myself remain here.
Well considered, Goldenrod. Now let us go, my friends, and make our way onto the bunker. Guard, what ho?
Han Solo approaches another Imperial Scout.
Thou knave, what treachery is this?
Imperial Scout 4 runs after Han Solo but is soon surrounded by rebels.
Such treachery as shall an empire conquer. Now avaunt, thou scurvy servant of empire's spite.
The rebels subdue Imperial Scout 4.
Good friends and rebels are you prepared? The moment is upon us even now. We shall the bunker enter sans delay, and what we'll find therein, we do not know. Belike some danger grave doth await inside, mayhap far worse than ever we imagine. Be ready, eyes alert and open wide.
Han Solo, Chewbacca, Princess Leia, and the rebels enter the bunker. Several Imperial troops are inside, surprised by the rebels' entrance.
Pray, mark me well, else all of you shall die. Move quickly to the side and let us in.
Imperial troopers move away, surrounded by rebels.
Go, brave Chewbacca. Guard these wayward souls.
Make haste, good Han. The fleet shall be in range anon.
Give me those charges, quick.
Enter more Imperial troops, commanders, and stormtroopers running into the bunker. C-3PO, still outside the bunker, sees them.
Oh my, they shall be captured! Misery! If only I could quickly warn them all.
Nita bua, migo thua, migo get 'em, pua pua.
Exit Wicket in haste.
Where dost thou go? Come back! R2, stay here with me, I pray. My joints and wires are burning with my terror and my fear. If thou dost leave, I surely shall melt down from all the dread that runs through me.
R2-D2 aside.
Though small, his brave protection shall I be. We cannot save the others, and may not e'en save ourselves. But I shall not, at least, desert C-3PO when he's afeard.
Imperial Commander to Han.
Be still, thou rebel scum.
Han, aside.
Alas, how's this? The Empire knew our plan. Something's amiss.
Exeunt all, with Imperial troops subduing rebels. Scene 2. Inside the second Death Star. Enter 2 guards.
Oi, comrade! How art thou?
Quite well, my friend. Say, does that hear the news?
What news, pray tell?
It seemeth we have found Skywalker.
I? The lad for whom we have for ages searched? The one o'er whom Darth Vader seems obsessed? The mighty boy of whom we've all been warned.
Indeed the same. Thou knowst who I mean.
Where was he then?
Upon the moon.
Which moon?
The moon around which we do orbit now. And Endor.
Can it be? Our enemy? The greatest threat the Empire's ever known hath escaped our watch and is to Endor flown? How can that be? For do we not have guards identifying every ship that comes? Hath he fooled them to make his landing then?
E'en so, the Lord Vader hath returned with him.
Darth Vader brought him here.
Yes, wherefore art thou so perplexed?
The rebel pilot who hath single-handedly destroyed the first Death Star is hither brought
as prisoner.
As prisoner. Oh, aye, that is better. But how came he then to be on Endor, say? And wherefore was he there? Do we yet know?
How he hath landed there is yet beyond our knowing. He hath said he was alone.
And he hath been believed.
Nay, we have not our senses quite forgot. Pray, give our men an ounce of credit, lad. Our scouts do search for his accomplices e'en now.
'Tis well.
Forsooth, the Empire soon shall triumph.
But...
alas, my friend, what troubles thee? Why dost thou speak this but? Why but? What but?
Hast thou read the descriptions of the Endor moon?
I have, for we were ordered so to do.
Then thou hast heard about the creatures there.
Meanst thou the native population that was deemed insignificant?
Indeed. The full report hath said that they are armed?
But with sticks and rocks would not harm a womp rat, much less an AT-AT. Thou wilt not fear armies made of twigs. 'Tis true?
Perhaps, yet follow on. It seems that there are rebels on the forest moon who now have hidden and we do not know where. What if these rebels were to meet the creatures, band together, crush the bunker that controls the shield that watcheth o'er the Death Star, then coordinate a winged assault, which would destroy this battle station and, still more, deliver our dread Emperor and Lord Darth Vader onto their untimely deaths? Could not just such a chain of dire events defeat the Empire strong in one fell swoop?
Thou shouldn't be a guard, my friend, for thou art suited for a life of fantasy. Thou should a writer of stories, grand, wherein a group of men and simple beasts do here overthrow an empire powerful. Oh, it doth break upon my sight, my friend. The ancient storyteller he who weaves his tales to bring delight to all who hear.
Thou mockest me.
Well noticed. Mark me now. Thy fears all rest upon a tiny word, a word so small it should not give thee cause to fret and worry so. That word is if. If there were rebels on the forest moon, and if they did meet with creatures and form packs, and if then they could our bunker destroy, and if they had planned to strike our Death Star great, thine if itself the Empire overthrows. But if knows little of reality. I tell thee true, if I had richer been, if I had been a politician's son, if I were raised in wealth and privilege, if I myself became most powerful, why then I would be emperor, not guard. But for the ifs.
Thy point is made, and I shall rest my ifs and be at ease. Now, if thou shalt come with me, we both have been called to rearrange the chairs upon the deck.
Thou shalt lead, friend. I'll follow.
Exit. Enter Emperor Palpatine on balcony with royal guards.
Our age is but a constant grasp for power, a time when trust and honor are no more, and all is but a furious race till death. How doth a person make a life that's worth the living? Is't by love or ventures? Nay, the one who hath the greatest power prevails. The politicians grumble, scrape, and grab, fighting o'er their spheres of influence. The people cringe and whimper neath the loads placed on them by those in authority, and all in bleak timidity do cower when in the presence of their emperor. Oh, what a piece of work we are! I should find joy in our humanity. And yet, to me, what is this quintessence of dust? A galaxy of vermin searching for a crumb of what the best do eat, all ruled by those who have the appetite for power. For in a world of darkness, only those who serve the dark deserve to live and thrive. Let those naive and wayward souls who seek for justice, wisdom, honesty, and right endure such suffering as first their weak and simple souls. Let those who love be made to witness how their loved ones scream and shriek, and at the last forsake even those they love when tortured by the mighty hand of power. Let those who lurch and stumble toward the light discover, in the moments ere they die, the light they sought is but a blaster shot, lightsaber beam or lightning of the Sith that shall their wretched life put to an end. And let the vile rebellion choke upon its own absurd and innocent ideals, until each sickening, cursed, backward soul who e'er hath spoken in rebellion's name lies broken in the street beneath my steps. Aye, let's kill all the rebels, it shall be, for power is my slave, and I its god.
Enter Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader on balcony.
I bid thee welcome, young Skywalker. Long have I awaited thee. Guards, leave us now.
Exeunt royal guards.
I do look forward to the moment when thy training shall completed be. In time thou shalt bow low and call me master.
There thou art mistaken gravely, for I am not thine to be converted as thou in the past did turn my father.
Nay, my young apprentice, thou shalt find 'tis thou who art mistaken, vis-a-vis so many things.
Darth Vader hands Luke's lightsaber to the Emperor.
His lightsaber I give to thee.
Indeed, the weapon of a Jedi Knight, much like thy father. Surely, boy, thou knowest well that never shall thy father be turned, be away from dark toward the good. So shall it be for thee.
Oh, thou art wrong. Anon I shall be dead, and thou with me.
Belike thou speakest of the imminent attack that hath been planned by the fleet of rebel ships.
Luke, aside.
Alas, how can he know?
Aye, let me reassure thee. We are safe here from the foolish undertaking of thy wretched friends.
Thine overconfidence is thy great weakness.
And thy faith in thy base friends is thine.
'Tis pointless to resist, my son. Thou shalt be turned unto the dark, and then we three shall rule the galaxy.
Dost thou not see? All that hath happened doth proceed according to my grand design. Thy friends upon the sanctuary moon now walk into a trap that I shall spring. Thy rebel fleet as well. The snare is set to catch the pests and crush them twixt my fingers. Hast thou yet understood? 'Twas I who did allow thy bold alliance to find out the site of the shield generator. It is wholly safe from thy band pitiful. I let thy spies believe they had revealed a secret great about this station, yet 'twas I who leaked intelligence to them, so all the pieces would be perfectly arranged to strike rebellion down at last. A legion of my finest troops awaits their piteous attack. But oh, fear not, for fully operational the shield shall be when thy misguided friends arrive. With skill the players are all put in place. Much bloodshed and destruction shall they face.
Exeunt. Scene 3. Space and inside the second Death Star. Enter Chorus. Imagine you see space, ye viewers true, in which the final battle shall be fought. The rebels put their trust to the Endor crew. Unless the shield is down, 'tis all for naught. Yet little do they know the plan hath failed, for Palpatine hath worked his great deceit. On Endor is the rebel crew assailed, which doth create disaster for the fleet. Exit Chorus. Enter Lando of Calrissian, Nien Nun, Admiral Ackbar, Wedge Antilles, and other rebel pilots.
Great Admiral, we're in position now. Each rebel fighter is accounted for, and all are now prepared for our attack.
Proceed then, with the countdown in a snap.
Nien to Lando.
Ungeto. O, teare uhare? Muha hare. Mua hare muke?
Nay, worry not, my strangely membraned friend. My friend, the valiant Han, shall play his part, and shall the shield disable in good time.
Imuti bichu mi?
Lando aside.
Or this shall be the shortest onslaught we will e'er attempt.
All groups assume attack coordinates and craft prepare to hump to. That's got to be jump. Prepare to jump to hyperspace when I have given the sign to make it happen.
The ships hump, or rather jump, to hyperspace.
Now we approach the Death Star, Admiral. The moment hath for us to strike and win the day in the Grand Rebellion's name. All wings, I pray thee, make report.
'Tis I, Red Leader, standing by.
Grey Leader Doth, stand by.
'Tis I, Green Leader, standing by.
Now lock thine S-foils in attacking mode.
And may the Force be with us in this scrap.
Wedge aside.
Like thee, dear friends, I have observer been of all this great rebellion for a time. Yet I have also been participant, and fortunate enough to keep my life. In when full many others have expired, the first grave Death Star battle I did see. All ships but Luke's and mine were cruelly wrecked. I dwelt within the rebels' base on Hoth, where I faced AT-ATs in the snowy fight. The second Death Star shall I here confront, but know not whether I shall live or die. Still, my life is but little consequence. For though it ever in grave danger be, I know I play a mere supporting part unto the greater cause of this rebellion. I am an actor in a drama vast, a witness to the tragedy and hope.
the pain, the joy, the sadness, and the fear that ever follow bold rebellion's name. Like thee, I wonder how the tale will end, and who shall live to see the glorious day when the curtain on the when falls the curtain on the empire's might. Until that day, I shall be on the scene to play my part as pilot, faithful, true, committed to the play that doth play out, determined to help write our final act. To life, our noble cause, in by a wedge.
Nien to Lando.
Lamobi, Oti?
But what does them mean? We must be able to detect the shield whether 'tis up or down.
Na me too.
How could the Empire jam our scan unless they knew that we were coming? Oh, alas, what awful understanding hath just now broke in upon my unsuspecting mind. I see now we are caught. Break off the attack. The shield is up.
I get no reading, sir. Canst thou be sure?
Pull up, good men, pull up.
The rebels begin to change course and retreat from the Death Star.
Prepare to take evasive action. Heed my words, ye pilots all. Green team, here now. Stay close to the sector MV7 on the map.
But Admiral, approaching ships. It is the enemy.
O knavery, most vile. O trick of Empire's basest wit. A snare, a ruse, a ploy. And we the fools. What great deception hath been plied today? O rebels, do you hear? Fie, 'tis a trap!
Enter Imperial pilots. They begin to duel with the rebels.
The fighters come upon us.
Oh, woe is me! There are too many! Oh, what shall we do?
Accelerate to full attacking speed. Be sure thou draw their fire far from the cruisers.
I copy and obey, Gold Leader.
Enter Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Emperor Palpatine above on balcony, watching the battle as rebels and Imperial pilots exit.
Come, my boy, and see what doth befall thy friends. For here thou shalt bear witness to the end, the final whole destruction of the weak alliance, and rebellion's ruin too. How stir thy feelings, apprentice mine?
Luke, aside.
What torment fills my soul? Shall I take up my lightsaber and so destroy this man? Be still, else my thoughts I am betrayed.
This lightsaber that resteth by my side, thou dost desire it hotly, dost thou not? The hate doth swell within thee even now. It hath an aura palpable. Take up thy Jedi weapon. Use it. I, as thou canst see, am quite unarmed. So strike me down with all thy hatred. Let thine anger stir. Each moment thou dost more become my slave.
Nay, thou shalt not condemn me to the dark. My father's tragic fate shall not be mine.
'Tis unavoidable. 'Tis destiny. No person ever dodged their final fate, or kept the sands of time from flowing free. Thou shalt not scape the bounds of providence, or trick the whims of fortune's fickle wheel. So hear these words, and well believe them, boy. Thou now art mine, just as thy father is. Together we are powerful, we three. When thou art turned, we'll rule the galaxy.
Exeunt. Act 5, Scene 1. The Forest Moon of Endor. Enter Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, and several rebels guarded by Imperial troops, commanders, controllers, and multiple ATST Imperial walkers. Trooper 1 to Han.
Thou rebel dog, move quickly, lest thou die. Forsooth, 'twould give me pleasure to destroy thee, and would bring a great reward as well.
Han to Leia.
This mission, it would seem, hath failed, lest there is yet some unknown force to rescue us.
We must have confidence all is not lost. And in the darkest hour we may have hope. Experience hath taught me thus. For once I did not lose thee, which was far worse than this.
Enter C-3PO and R2-D2.
What ho! I say, ye stormtroopers, were you a-searching for me and my mate?
The droid, what is his game? I hope this silly fool knows what he does.
Bring those two to me. It'll not be mocked by droids whilst I have breath.
The stormtroopers rush toward the droids.
They speed to us anon. I say, R2, art thou assured this is a good idea?
R2-D2 aside.
Thou soon shall see, my friend, how well I have considered this idea. For though the furry creatures harmless seem, and though I am a simple, squeaking droid, R2-D2, together we've a cunning strategy.
Now freeze, ye wayward droids, and do not move.
Most heartily I grant thee my surrender.
The stormtroopers reach the droids. As they begin to take the droids to the other rebels, Ewoks enter from every corner of the stage to fight the Imperial troops. The Ewoks blow horned instruments to signal the attack.
What sound is this? The calls of horns and fife! The battle hath begun in earnest with a fair balance of the rival sides. These noble little creatures have arrived to bear the standard of our worthy cause. What loud commotion hath their coming made? Now arrows fly from their well-aimed bows, and hit the mark. The troops fall left and right. Oh, sit thee back no more, Han. Take thy stand. Let courage stir within my smuggler's blood.
Han begins fighting the Imperial troops around him.
Oh, bravely met, good friends, fight on! Now, Han, we must onto the bunker and renew our effort to make entrance and destroy the shield that still about the Death Star lies. We represent rebellion's greatest hope.
Han and Leia make their way to the bunker. Exit Chewbacca, fighting. R2-D2 watches the battlefield from the other side of the stage. R2-D2 aside.
See how the creatures fight. What skill and wit they use to struggle gainst their foes. This is one flying through the sky on winks of bark, who drops upon the walker his small load. The ATST doth not feel the hit, but oh, what daring hath the creature shown! A group doth hold a rope across a path, to trip a walker up, yet it but pulls them all along, yet some have triumphed too, for they have crushed a walker's cockpit with 2 trunks of trees sent swinging from the vines. Another gang employs large catapults to send vast boulders hurtling through the sky. Still others choose small stones to slay the troops, and bash their helmets in with utmost glee. There's one who takes a rock upon a string, and tries to fling it toward a trooper's head, but hath instead his own small visage hit. With what gallantry of spirit have these beasts! E'en if their efforts somewhat times are in vain, they do what I, encased in steel, may not. They put their bodies fully in the light.
Leia to Han.
The code onto the bunker door hath changed. We need R2.
The terminal is here. If he can make it over, this is his means, to swiftly open the closed door.
R2, where art thou? Come to us anon.
R2-D2 to C-3PO.
There is a line here. C-3PO, please take the next line.
Thou goest? Wait, what dost thou mean? I thought thou hadst resolved to remain. But going where? Pray patience, R2, this is not a time for brave heroics. Hither now, return.
The droids move toward Han Solo and Princess Leia.
We come, we come!
I prithee, swift!
R2-D2 plugs into the bunker door's control panel.
Quick, good R2, thou art our only hope.
A stormtrooper shoots and hits R2-D2, who is thrown backward, short-circuiting.
R2, wherefore wert thou passing brave?
That plan, then, shall not be. Mayhap I can still hotwire these controls to open the door.
Good cover shall I give thee whilst thou workst.
Enter Chewbacca and 2 Ewoks aside, swinging onto the top of an ATST Imperial walker. Chewbacca and the Ewoks land on top of the ATST. The ATST pilot and co-pilot see an Ewok in the front screen.
Bray, get the beastie off!
The ATST co-pilot opens the hatch and is thrown out by Chewbacca. The Ewoks enter the cockpit and subdue the ATST pilot.
Nyamita, Mita, Iza, Heta, Wiza, Gonin, Beta, Beta.
Chewbacca and the Ewoks begin piloting the ATST toward the bunker, shooting Imperial troops and destroying other ATSTs as they go.
The wiring have I reckoned, and we shall make entrance to the bunker presently. Ah, 'tis done, and now the door's unlocked.
A second blast door shuts.
Have I been mocked by cords and circuitry? Shall I be by wires and caped bested be?
A stormtrooper shoots Princess Leia in the shoulder. Han Solo rushes to her side.
Alack!
My love, my heart, my life! I beg thee, tell me thou art well, and that this wound shall not take what I hold most dear, even thee. Shall this the final moment be? Shall I live all my life in grave regret that never did I tell thee what thou meant'st, or how completely thou hast won me o'er? A smuggler's heart thou hast with cunning seized, a pirate's soul thou hast by kindness taken, a scoundrel's life thou holdest hostage, Chuck. Thus, now I am by trade a smuggling man, 'tis thou art guilty of a greater crime, for thou dost practice larceny in love.
I almost wish my wound were more worse to hear more of thy tender and most soothing words, but truly, Han, I am not badly hurt.
The Imperial troops have all been defeated, except 2 stormtroopers approaching from behind.
Be still.
Oh my!
Move not, or else thou diest.
Princess Leia takes out her blaster discreetly, preparing to shoot.
Oh, I do love thee, Leia dear.
I know.
Princess Leia shoots both stormtroopers.
Well aimed, my sweet.
Hurrah! We now are saved.
The ATST piloted by Chewbacca and the Ewoks approaches.
Oh, 'tis unjust! Another fighter yet? This battle fierce we very nearly won, yet now this final vehicle appears. How shall we conquer it and still defeat the too unfortunate Imperial threat? Shall we have no relief from enemies?
Chewbacca emerges from the ATST's hatch.
Chewie! Blessed sight art thou! I pray, come quickly down, for she's wounded. Nay, wait.
To Leia.
A keen idea hath come to me. Which shall unto this doorway be our key?
Exeunt. Scene 2. Space and inside the second Death Star. Enter Lando of Calrissian, Nien Nunb, Admiral Ackbar, Wedge Antilles, and other rebel pilots, dueling with the Imperial troops in their ships. Enter Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Emperor Palpatine on balcony, watching the battle below.
Take care, good Wedge. 3 come at thee above.
Red 3, Red 2, I prithee, pull ye in!
I hear thy word and do attend, good sir.
Now the approach at 20 by degrees.
Cut to the left, the leader is for me. Toward the frigate medical they fly, oh villainy, to make assault upon our injured. Nay, they shall not strike us thus.
I fly with thee, good Wedge, they'll not prevail. But wait, what omen viles before mine eyes? The fighters of the Empire are engaged, yet all the Star Destroyers are at rest. It is as though some show is here devised, and we're actors in a play of war.
Enter Admiral Piet and Imperial Commander aside.
We're set in the position for attack.
'Tis well. Now hold thee fast and wait.
But sir, dost mean that we shall not make our assault?
There is no plan of my invention, but the edict cometh from the Emperor himself. He hath a special plan afoot. Our role here is but to prevent escape. Hast thou marked well what I have said?
Aye, sir.
Exeunt Admiral Piet and the Imperial Commander. Up in the balcony, Emperor to Luke.
As thou canst see, my young apprentice, all thy friends have failed. Now for the final blow. Thou shalt bear witness to the strong firepower of this both fully operational and armored battle station.
Intercomlink.
Fire at will, Commander. Let the rebels shriek with pain. Excitement courses through my veins, for I do thrill at bringing others misery.
The Death Star shoots, sending beams across the stage and killing some rebel pilots. Luke, aside.
Oh, pierce my soul, thou cursed hand of fate. Am I the cause for this most bitter scene? The Death Star active while my comrades die, and all that I may gaze upon their end? How shall I keep my mind from thoughts most dark? How shall I be patient when faced with this? How shall I not respond to anger's call? How shall I show a Jedi's noble soul? Be with me, trusted Yoda and dear Ben. Forsooth, I need you more than ever now.
In space, Lando to Neon.
That blast hath emanated from the Death Star. Oh, 'tis operational.
Intercomlink to Ackbar.
Home One, this is Gold Leader. Hast thou seen that blast?
We did indeed, and our decisions made. All rebel fighters for retreat prepare. Our fleet is not sufficient to withstand the might of this new Death Star's thunderclap.
Thou shalt not have another chance at this to mount attack upon the Empire, sir.
We've no choice, General Calrissian. Their vast power our ships cannot repel. Betwixt our strength and theirs, too wide's the gap.
But still, I trust that Han will soon disarm the shield. We must but give him time enough. His mission is no easier than ours. A thought hath come to me that we may use. 'Tis dangerous, but may yet worthy prove. All ships move closer to the Star Destroyers. Engage the giant ships at point-blank range.
At that close range, will not last long against a Star Destroyer's harsh and vicious shrap.
Yet shall we fare better than we will if we engage the Death Star, and belike our deaths shall mean their deaths as well. Lay on!
Lando of Calrissian, Neon Gnome, Admiral Ackbar, Wedge Antilles, and all rebels and Imperial pilots begin to exit as they duel, while Luke Skywalker, Darth Vader, and Emperor Palpatine watch from above.
Thy fleet hath lost, and thy dear ones upon the Endor moon shall not survive. Indeed, my troops shall make them squeal in agony. There's nothing left for which to fight, and no escape for thee, my young apprentice. Thine alliance shall be destroyed, as shall thy friends. The cry of dying rebels, oh, how sweet! How like a song unto my spirit dark. And now, young one, I feel thine anger rise. I sense thy hatred, which doth stir my blood. I sit here, all defenseless in thy sight. Take up thy weapon now, and strike me down in all thy hate, and then your journey toward the dark side of the Force shall be complete.
Luke, aside.
This man is pure incarnate evil. Shall he goad me past the point of no return? But what else can I do? Shall I remain the weekly watch the death of all I love? Nay, I cannot, for I would rather die than live and know I did not fight for them. I must have courage now, and come what may.
Luke reaches out toward his lightsaber with the Force, drawing it into his hand. He tries to strike the Emperor, but is stopped by Darth Vader's lightsaber.
Ha ha! Thy transformation hath begun. Your steps draw ever closer unto me.
Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader duel. Luke, aside.
Now shall I fight, if fight I must to save my friend so dear.
Vader, aside.
He is far stronger and more subtly skilled than when last did meet.
Luke Skywalker kicks Darth Vader off the balcony. Darth Vader stands up below, ready.
'Tis well, apprentice. Thine aggressiveness shall serve thee well. Let all thy hatred flow within thee.
Luke Skywalker turns off his lightsaber.
Obi-Wan hath taught thee well.
I shall not fight thee, father.
Darth Vader climbs the balcony and strikes at Luke Skywalker.
Unwise art thou so to lower thy defenses, boy.
They continue to duel. Luke Skywalker jumps away from Darth Vader. Vader, aside.
His nimbleness astounds me. Almost do I wish I did not serve another's will. Imagine what we two could do, were I not subject to another's every whim.
Thy thoughts betray thee, father. I can feel the good within thee, and the conflict too.
There is no conflict.
Aye, thou couldst not bring thyself to kill me earlier, and I believe thou shalt not hurt me now, even now.
Thou verily dost underestimate the power of the dark side. If thou wilt not fight, then thou shalt meet thy destiny.
Darth Vader throws his lightsaber toward Luke Skywalker, which hits the balcony where Luke stands. Luke falls and hides.
Ha ha! 'Tis well. Now, Vader, finish it.
Vader, aside.
What words shall I employ to find a son, to drive him to hatred that he shall attempt to strike me down, and then be turned into the dark side? Oh, is this not strange? Where'er these words to such a purpose put?
To Luke.
Thou canst not hide forever, Luke.
I shall not fight thee.
Give thyself unto the dark side. 'Tis the only way to help thy friends.
Aside.
Oh, what is this I sense within him now? Another secret kept concealed from me. Shall I e'er be the last to know about my past?
To Luke.
Indeed, thy thoughts betray thee, for thou hast strong feelings for thy friends, especially for one thou dost call sister. Aye, thou hast a sister, a twin. Thy feeling have betrayed her too. 'Twas wise of Obi-Wan to try to hide the girl from me. But now his fast and utter failure is complete.
Luke, aside.
Oh, Leia, how my thoughts have given thee o'er. Fie, cursed be my weak and changing mind, that I e'er did let Vader see its thoughts. I wish that he would but as father see his daughter there, and by her presence might be moved toward a better, nobler path. But now I know he doth but wish to taunt and draw me out by his discovery. O Leia, ever since I first did see thee in the beam from R2's light, I knew we shared a deep connection. Now have I been partner to her cause through many times of hardship, battles won and lost, the joys that come from victory, and all the griefs that flow when friends have perished. With regard to this both noble and fair princess, I have gone from hope of romance to a far more deep and greater form of love. I fain would give my life for her, but oh, that I should betray her so, e'en with my weak and simple-minded thoughts. What folly! Nay, far more, what horrid, selfish knavery! But how shall he, my father, use this knowledge? Will he attempt to capture her again and lock her in this Death Star as he hath before? Or shall he seek to kill her now, since he doth know she may become a threat?
Belike, boy, thou dost wonder how her fate shall altered be, since I do know of her. Thus pay good heed to this, I do declare. If thou shalt not toward the dark side turn, mayhaps she will.
Luke, aside.
Oh, thought more evil than whate'er I did or could imagine.
Luke reveals himself to Vader.
Nay!
Luke Skywalker fights Darth Vader passionately.
For
Luke
Leia
with
I
Vader.
shall strike thee down, thou brute. For Han and all my friends I do attack. For Ben whom thou didst slaughter sans remorse. For all thou hast destroyed, I vengeance bring!
Luke Skywalker strikes Darth Vader and cuts off his hand.
Ah!
Good, my young apprentice. Thy strong hate hath made thee powerful indeed. Fulfill thy destiny, and take thy father's place beside me. Strike him down, and rule with me.
Luke Skywalker looks at the stump of Darth Vader's hand, and at his own gloved hand. Luke, aside.
My father's hand of wires and circuits made, I have in fury severed quite. And here my hand of wires and circuits made. For in another duel, another place, he hath the living one dismembered. 'Tis plain to me what is transpiring here. I do become like him, torn up by hate, more like machine than man with every scar, fulfilling the foul emperor's base will. Shall this obsessed, deranged, and wicked man lead yet another Skywalker unto a path of dark and evil? Shall it be that I become the thing I despise? Protect me, Jedi ancestors, from such a mangled fate, so hopeless, grim, and bleak.
To Emperor.
I never shall be turned unto the dark. Thy plan hath failed, thy highness. I am Luke Skywalker, Jedi Knight, just like my brave and noble father.
Then so be it, Jedi. Thy proclamations foolish change not this. I still control thy final destiny. If thou shalt not be turned, then thou shalt be destroyed. Bear witness to the terror and torment of the dark side of the Force.
Emperor Palpatine strikes Luke Skywalker with lightning that flows through his hands. Luke falls. Darth Vader rises.
Oh, agony!
Young fool, 'tis only now in this, thy final living moment, thou dost comprehend thy folly and my might.
He continues to strike Luke with lightning.
Thy feeble skills are nothing when compared to all the power of the dark side. Thou dost pay the rightful price for thy severe and utter lack of vision. Aye, the debt is due, and I am both thy creditor and thy collector too. What thou hast not repaid with thy belief I shall exact from thine own flesh. And oh, what joy it brings to charge thee thus, my payment justly earned, to wound thee, hurt thee, break thee, and at last to bring thee the death that I am owed.
Oh, Father, please, do not stand idly by. Assist me, if thou ever mercy knew.
And now, young Skywalker, thou shalt die.
The Emperor gleefully assails Luke with lightning. Luke screams and writhes in pain.
My father, gracious Father, lend me aid. Extend to me the grace I beg of thee.
Vader, aside.
This torment is not only his, but mine. His every shriek doth sound within my soul, as though 'twere I who were assaulted here. What feeling's this? My heart hath turned toward the boy? My heart, that center of my soul, that I so long have hidden neath the dark and evil deeds that well befit a Sith. But how my heart doth groan as though it wakes from lengthy sleep. It shakes my spirit, spurs my aging withered body, and doth make me young again. I am a Jedi Knight, by Obi-Wan instructed. Anakin, The name by which my mother called me calls me now to resurrect my former self. Methinks I feel the force within me here, not to perform the deeds of evil men, but to release myself from bitter hate and rescue Luke, whose courage I behold. It is the cause. It is the cause, my soul. Be Anakin Skywalker now. Recall the man thou wert and rescue thy dear son.
Darth Vader lifts Emperor Palpatine and throws him down a long shaft, where he is killed amidst his lightning and flames.
Oh, Father, thou hast saved me from great woe, and thou hast saved thyself. Now, let us go.
Exeunt. Scene 3. Inside the shield generator bunker on Endor, space, and inside the second Death Star. Enter Imperial Commander and Imperial troops on left side of stage. Han Solo appears in view screen, dressed as an Imperial AT-ST pilot.
The battle's over, my commander. All the rebels have been routed and absconded into the forest. Reinforcements are required to aid us in our quick pursuit.
Hurrah!
Send thou 3 squads to bring them help. Pray open up the back door speedily. What joy! The rebels know defeat today, and will rejoice to bear the news unto our officers superior. Go now.
The Imperial troops open the back door and are met by Ewoks and rebels, who disarm them.
A cunning line, and you are quite the catch. Deceived by rebels playing the Empire's part. We dangled all your hopes for victory as bait to draw you in and hold you fast, and now we take the bunker in our care. Let fall your weapons, else I shall release your lives unto these creatures' fearsome power. Perchance they seem not vicious, yet they have what thou canst never know, fierce bravery.
Enter Princess Leia and Chewbacca, joined by Han Solo, into the bunker. The Imperial troops remain guarded by the rebels at the back door.
This bunker shall anon destroyed be, and then our friends may strike their final blow.
Indeed. Pray give me to another charge. Praise give to me another charge. We shall fulfill this task with perfect skill, and leave no charge unused.
'Tis set! Now let us fly, else we shall bear the blast.
Han Solo, Princess Leia, and Chewbacca run from the bunker, which explodes. Enter Lando of Calrissian, Nien Nunb, Admiral Ackbar, Wedge Antilles, and other rebel pilots on right side of stage, dueling with Imperial troops in their ships. Admiral Piet and Imperial Controller are aside, inside the Death Star.
'Tis done. The Endor crew hath triumphed yet. The shield is down. Upon the Death Star's main reactor, let us fly anon. Then shall we reach the core and give it quite a thap.
We fly with haste. Red Group, Gold Group, form up and follow me. Today, rebellion shall have reason to exult. Our enemies shall soon be vanquished. Oh, what triumph shall be ours when this great Death Star its own death doth undergo. 3 things shall be achieved thereby. The first shall be a victory for our rebellion, all the fervent hopes of these past years attained in one swift stroke. The second benefit of the Death Star's end is freedom and security for all within the galaxy. No more oppressed by evil tyrants shall once more be free to dwell in possibility. And finally, the third result of this great Death Star's fall shall be the rising up of all whose pasts conceal some awful guilt, some aspect of their lives that brings regret. I speak of my own past. You all know well how I betrayed my friend when the Empire forced my hand. And even that friend, good Han, hath through rebellion's cause found purpose he had never imagined. In this battle, we fight not to merely terminate an enemy. Full many of us rebels seek the bliss, the balm and healing of redemption's touch. So let it be, my noble comrades all. Fight now for the rebellion. Fight for all who dwell within our galaxy, and fight most ardently indeed for your own souls. Thus shall we rise above who the empires might have died, and forth from their celestial grave shall they ascend, and with rebels' voice cry havoc, and let slip the dogs of war.
Well spoken. I fly in for rebels' gain.
Nitiati!
We fly with thee, good Wedge, inside the station toward the centermost. TIE fighters follow us adroitly in. Mark well how they do become behind anon. We must outrun them, e'en as we approach this place. We shall strike the Death Star's core.
Form up, good lads, and stay alert. We could, within this tiny shaft, lose space with haste.
This passage is a narrow path indeed. If we can but maneuver cunningly, we shall escape the Death Star with our lives, and what is more, our hoped for victory. I pray thee, pilots all, attend my words. Lock thine weapons on the largest source of power, which should be the generator.
An Imperial pilot strikes Rebel pilot number 1.
Alas, friends, I'm hit and go to die!
I would not even one more pilot lose, whom under my command doth fly herein. Pray heed all, separate by different paths, and fly toward the surface. See if you can draw too few TIE fighters thither too. This is the surest scope of our success against the Death Star and its minions.
Aye, thou speakest well, Gold Leader. Will obey.
The rebels inside the Death Star separate. Some exit, pursued by Imperial troops, leaving only Lando, Nien Nunb, and Wedge Antilles inside the shaft. The Millennium Falcon scrapes the wall of the Death Star shaft.
Pardon, Han, I did say not a scratch, but did in this tense moment break that vow. Yet thou and I both know it could be worse. Our Falcon hath known scrapes in times now past. Still, that last brush was far too close, so shall I try to take more care with borrowed wings.
Our fighters must be given yet more time. The victory is here, within our reach. Thus concentrate thy power onto the main, and give the Empire much o'er which to fret. Within a fiery blaze of weaponry, let us the Superstar Destroyer wrap.
The rebels outside the Death Star fire on the Superstar Destroyer. Admiral Piet and the Imperial Controller are shaken.
Alas, sir, our deflector shield is lost.
Intensify the forward batteries. Let nothing break through the bonds. I don't even know what that word. Intensify as well the forward firing power.
Nay, too late it is. We die, sir. Oh, we die.
The Superstar Destroyer runs into the Death Star, and Admiral Piet and the Imperial Controller are killed. Enter Luke Skywalker and Darth Vader on balcony, inside the Death Star.
O Luke, I prithee, render thy support and help me take this mask off.
If I do, dear father, thou shalt surely meet thy death.
Aye, naught shall stop that now, my son. Just once. Let me look on thee with mine own eyes, Luke. These eyes that missed your mewling newborn face, these eyes that did not see your budding youth, these eyes that were not there to see you grow, these eyes that saw thee not when thou wert trained. I prithee, let these eyes see thee at last. 'Twill be a fitting prelude to my death.
My father, thou dost break my heart in twain. Behold, for thou shalt see thy son indeed.
Luke Skywalker removes Darth Vader's mask to reveal Anakin Skywalker.
My misting eyes are nothing like my son's. Thou art so beautiful to me. How strong thy features, with thy mother's gentle face. A man thou art, in every part my son. I never have been prouder all my life. These final moments are a pure gift. Now go, and take thy leave ere this place is destroyed.
But nay, thou shalt come with me. I shall not desert thee, but shall save thee yet.
Oh, Luke, thou hast already done. Thou knewest right. Thou knewest right what I was. For still there was some good within me, aching to be free. Tell thy sweet sister this, that thou wert right.
Anakin Skywalker dies.
O Father, fare thee well where thou goest, and flights of Jedi song sing thee to thy rest.
Exit Luke Skywalker, dragging Anakin Skywalker's body. Out in space, Wedge Antilles through comlink.
Good General Calrissian, the core we now have reached, 'tis here, within my sight.
I see it too, Wedge. Let us strike it down. Approach the power regulator there upon the northern tower. Let it burn.
I hear and do obey, Gold Leader. Soon it shall be done, and then I exit quick.
Light up, you vicious beast of evil bent. You sick creation of humanity's most wretched and deprived sense of right. Since you could not inspire love, you cause it fear. Oh, that a people e'er should such a harsh and treacherous weapon like to this create. For who makes such a thing whose only point is to destroy and murder, maim and kill? What beings would produce such wickedness as this, an instrument of pain and death? Thus I do strike at you with vengeance in the name of those who have no voice to speak. Farewell, you star of death. Be now no more.
Wedge Antilles and Lando of Calrissian fire at the Death Star's power generator.
'Tis done, and now we make our great escape. Make it ready, Admiral, for it shall blow!
Move all the fleet hence from the Death Star, else our ships may from the grand explosion take a mighty slap.
The Death Star explodes. Exeunt, Lando of Calrissian, Nien Nunb, Wedge Antilles, Admiral Ackbar, and other rebels from the space battle. The rebel crew on Endor looks to the sky to see the explosion.
Oh, hurrah, hurrah, they did it!
Behold and all rejoice, the deed is done. Yet be ye still, my tongue, for what of Luke?
To Leia.
Certain I am that Luke was not inside when it did perish.
Truly he was not, for I can sense he safely doth abide.
Han, aside.
Oh, shall the love I've shown thus come to naught? Her heart doth move towards good Luke, my friend. Thus shall I play the noble part and stay aside whilst their hearts meet through in the end, though in the end it shall undo me?
To Leia.
Thou dost love him? Say.
Be sure, I love him.
Thus I ascertained and do respect. Good lady, do not fear. When he returns, you may be unrestrained. The two of you have my consent sincere.
Nay, nay, 'tis not as thou dost think, good Han. Let not thy visions run amuck with thee, but hear these words that must fall strangely on thine ears. He is my brother. Dost thou see?
Enter Wicket.
Nyabba yabba, he's a brubba. Use a lover, nyabba nyabba.
Han Solo rises, singing and dancing.
O revelation kind, my heart doth swell, merrily my feet do trip. My Leia's mind, and I am hers as well. Sing ho, sing high, sing hey. Though Leia and myself did fear the worst, merrily my feet do trip. Good Luke is safe from Death Star's mighty burst. Sings ho, sing high, sing hey. We're all safe from that dire threat above, merrily my feet do trip. Thus end our wars with thoughts of blissful love. Sing ho, sing high, sing hey. Our rebel crew hath won the victory. Merrily my feet do trip. Thus sing together, worthy company. Sing ho, sing high, sing hey.
Exeunt. Scene 4. The Forest Moon of Endor. Enter Luke with the body of Anakin Skywalker.
The funeral pyre shall light my father's way to glory out beyond the galaxy. His final journey shall not be by ship, but by the smoke that lifts into the air.
Luke lights the wood on which Anakin's body lies.
Rise up, my father. Take thy closing flight. Rise up, my father. stretch towards the sun. Rise up, my father, man of tragedy. Rise up, my father. Rise and thus be free. Now is my heart full heavy, burdened with such muddled thoughts that strain my very soul. Methinks I should be happy, should rejoice at our sure victory, the Empire crushed. Yet how can I make merry when the man I hardly knew, the father I had wished for years to meet, is come and gone like the wind? O trick of fortune, cruel-minded fate! O wherefore mock at all my hope, my life? I am a simple pawn with which thou playest? Or hast thou e'er a purpose had for me? But stop thy tongue now, Luke. Thou art misled. Aye, even as I rant, I see my fault. For why should I blame fate for thievery, when it was fate indeed that did decree that I would meet my father, that we two would reunite with joy ere he did die? Should I not thank the blessed fate that knit this fascinating cord of life for me? I have seen stars and space and battles too, have had adventures grand with noble friends, and at the last have met my father. Nay, not only met, but witnessed his rebirth. And therefore I declare with gratitude that I do thank the fate that brought me here, e'en to this tragic pyre on which he's laid. Now this is sure, whate'er befall me now, I am a better man for having known the one whose name I bear, Ian Anakin.
Enter Han Solo, Princess Leia, Chewbacca, C-3PO, R2-D2, Lando of Calrissian, Wedge Antilles, Admiral Ackbar, other rebels, and Ewoks celebrating. Enter Chorus. The rebels meet with joy to celebrate. Their singing and their music fill the air. The Empire is defeated in its hate, and now the rebellion takes its respite rare. The Jedi Luke looks up and sees three men. Their countenances shine bluish light. 'Tis Yoda, Obi-Wan, and Anakin, who come from e'en the grave to share this night. All who did fight together come as one, and give unto each other their embrace. O'er this scene merry falls the setting sun. Not till 'tis day shall they the future face.
Our mouths with mirth and laughter raise a din. Our feet with glee and triumph stomp the ground. Our bodies are awake and full of life. Our souls are healed from the Empire's treachery.
New hope did guide our first adventures, aye, until the Empire harshly struck us back. But then our noble Jedi hath returned, and all assured our victory was won.
We stop, e'en as our epic play doth end, to thank thee for thy gracious company. Our Star Wars now are ended for a time. The song of peace bursts forth in perfect rhyme.
All freeze as R2-D2 takes center stage.
Even thus, our tale is finished. Pardon if your hopes diminished. If you did not find the sequel satisfying, if unequal, our keen play is unto others. Do not part in anger, brothers. Ears attend. I know surprises, visions of all shapes and sizes. In some other times and places, it may be rebellion faces. Certain dangers that may sever our strong bonds that hold us ever. Mayhap something compromising, even like an empire rising. Thus present I our conclusion, hint of fate or fool's illusion.
Exeunt omnes. Thank you for listening to our radio drama presentation of William Shakespeare's The Jedi Doth Return, Star Wars Part the Sixth by Ian Dosher. Luke Skywalker was performed by Joel Guttman. Han Solo was performed by Emmy Lowe. Princess Leia was performed by Mary Rivette. C-3PO performed by Franji. Darth Vader was performed by Cam Griffin. Emperor Palpatine, performed by Taylor Starnes. Yoda, Wedge Antilles, Rancor Keeper, Bib Fortuna, the Max Rebo Band, EV9D9, General Madine, Paploo, Guard 1, Scout 1, Trooper 1, and Pilot 1 were performed by Mario Bueno. The Ghost of Obi-Wan Kenobi, Admiral Ackbar, Chewbacca, Jabba of the Hutt, Teebo, Commander, Grey Leader, Guard 2, Trooper 2, Red 2, Pilot 2, and Scout were performed by Cory Blauser. R2-D2, Boba Fett, Salacious Crumb, Rancor, Admiral Piet, Mon Mothma, Moff Jerjerrod, Nien Nunb, Ewok, Green Leader, Red 3, Scout 8 were all performed by Kailey Reyes. Lando of Calrissian, Wicket, Controller, Droid, ATST Pilot, Scout 4, and Scout 7 were performed by Sean Robert. The narration and chorus were provided by me, Hayes Converse. Audio engineering was done by John H. Baker. We are pleased to announce that this Friday, January 29th, we will have a special radio drama presentation of Ruby Volume 3, Episodes 7 through 12, The Fall of Beacon. The performance will begin at 8 p.m. Eastern Time. Our next regularly scheduled radio drama presentation will be on Saturday, February 27th, when we perform Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of the Black Pearl. The performance will begin at 4 p.m. Eastern Time. For more nerdy content, please follow Digital Era Entertainment here on Twitch, and you can listen to our past radio drama performances on Digital Era Entertainment's YouTube channel. Once again, thank you for tuning in, and we'll hope you'll join us again next time.
Please remember to like, share, and subscribe, and follow us across social media for updates. Thanks for watching!